And I have joining me Coach Glenn Hill of the Navarro Panthers, and then I have Scott Kibbe, our Navarro Panther historian over there. And so, gentlemen, glad that we can all get together again this week and get things started. And Coach, again, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good to see y'all. Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach. Well, last week was, another tough one. We're right there in the mix, and it seems like that's almost every game for the last 5 games or so. But you have to hand it to Gerald, and their offense is just rolling right along. And coming out, I know with the loss is just a bad feeling, but hopefully you can still build on that. But I really want you to see if you have some comments and thoughts about what you saw from Gerald.
Yeah, they're a really talented group. They've got a couple of guys that can turn some what seems like average plays into explosive plays, and we had some intentions to not let that happen, but they did. They made some plays. Number 6, number 1, couple of backs that are hard to get down in space, and the reason that they've got the record that they do right now, and they schemes on both sides of the football, but we trained those 2 guys.
Scott?
Just coming into this week, obviously a very big game. And a big game is homecoming. I think you and I talked a few days ago. There's no homecoming opponent on our schedule this year. You want someone easy, there's no one. What are you going to do, put Lavernia? Yeah. I mean, there's nothing, no one to do. But just talk about, I will say one of your predecessors just hate homecomings, and I told him my high school back in those days only did homecoming every 3 years. He thought that was a brilliant idea. I think he really wanted to deal with all this. Well, what's your attitude? Is it for a team really needing to win a game? Is homecoming hitting now? Is it good? Is it bad? Or is it just something you deal with?
Yeah, to be totally honest, it hasn't impacted my day-to-day one bit. We're treating this week just like we do every other opponent. There's some other things going on and some events, and homecoming's fun. The kids have a good time, and community has a good time with it. There's nothing wrong with a little homecoming. I think it's a good thing for us, kind of lift the spirits of the community and hopefully get our guys excited. I don't think we need any external motivations to get excited to play a football game. We just got to focus in on what our task is this week, and that's to play Gonzales. And, give our guys a lot of credit. There hasn't been one discussion of homecoming. We'll let everybody else that plans that event do their job, and I'm sure it'll be great, and we'll enjoy it, and we'll be grateful for it. But we're just going to try to do our part and perform on Friday night.
Thank you, Coach. And now, after that loss, we talked about some things you can build on. I mean, your offense actually moved the ball. Scott had mentioned, I think, even in his preview for this week. Last week you went 6 for 6 on 4th down, attempts, and you converted each one of them. I mean, that's amazing, actually. So your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think there's some good and some bad. When there's those big-time situations where we need to convert to keep drives alive, our guys did it, and they executed 100% of the time last week. And I think we've had a pretty good hit rate on 4th downs this year in general. And the negative part of that is we need to make it bad situations. Though I was proud of the way that we performed in those short, and then I'm go line down there. Nobody wants to be in for it. If you're going to be in there, you might as well take it.
All right. Sorry, we kind of lost the signal a little bit. So, but Scott, you might have something to add there.
I think the guys who never get credit, and that includes some reporters like me, don't do it enough, is offensive line. Seem like they've improved a lot. Is there anybody particularly on the offensive line who you think has made the biggest steps and really stood out for you, and maybe someone you think, we're going to make sure we keep running behind him, or
All right, Coach. You were asking the question, Scott, about the offensive line, and Coach, we'll go ahead and let you finish that up.
Sure. Yeah. Not sure what all we heard that first time around, but Eli Melton's a guy at left tackle that he's really coming along for us. He's extremely consistent, athletic body. He can move around in space. And then Tyler Riskey is another guy that's standing out for us right now. He actually played linebacker last year. Was a tight end, fullback. Never played center in his life, and we had some needs come up on our team, and he stepped right into the role. Nope, he didn't question it. He didn't ask why he's getting moved. He just embraced it, and he's become extremely not just steady for us, but he drives it. He's kind of the quarterback of the offensive line. He's making calls and getting everybody in the right spot, and he's surrounded by two really talented guards, and Chris Ledesma and Grayson Carlisle. And then we've got Colin Pugh playing right tackle as well. Lane Black has played, I believe, all 5 positions on our offensive line this year, which is incredibly impressive to do, and just shows that they're grasping all the concepts. So I know you asked for one guy and I gave you 6, but all those guys are playing at a really high level right now.
That's great.
It's the nature of offensive line, it's all team. So.
Yeah.
You can't have one without the other 4. So, Coach,
right.
Now Gonzales, they've shown to be a pretty good team this year. I mean, a new head coach, Coach Hamilton over there, has really put together a good package. He seems to play a lot of with the power and uses the speed to the outside and such. And so, what are some of your concerns?
I know they're a really explosive team, and they're having a great year, both offensively and defensively. Very similar to us. They two-way a bunch of their players. A lot of their secondary, you'll see them playing receiver and running back as well. But they're trying to establish the run. They're trying to win the line of scrimmage on offense. But at the same time, you can't ignore their threats on the outside because they've got a handful of receivers that they can go 50 in a heartbeat and in the drive in a hurry. Some really talented guys out there. So. It's just going to be a week of being physical up front and having our defensive line play great. And then we're going to have our secondary guys. They got a big task this week because, they want to be a run-first team. But at the same time, if you get lulled to sleep, you can look up and number 1 or 2 or 12 or one of their talented guys has run by you. So we got to make sure that we're on top of that. And then for us offensively, really talented defensive line, really strong, great use of their hands, and I think so much of that. I've had some run-ins with Coach Hamilton in the past. He comes from Reagan High School, where they're always so great on defense, and it's no surprise to turn on the film and see their defense playing at a really high level right now.
Thank you, Coach. Scott?
Gonzales had 5 wins in a row, obviously on such a roll, picking up confidence and everything as the season's gone on. Is it important? Is it more important in games like this for you guys to get off to a good start, to try to slow down that roll a little bit and kind of make them feel like, hey, maybe things are going to be different tonight?
Yeah, it certainly wouldn't hurt. I'm all for it. We're going to try to have a good start. I think we're having a great week of practice, and we have a really good plan. But you can't have it all. Put all your eggs in the basket of, we got to have a good start or it's boom or bust. That we've got every intent to do that. We're going to come out and try to be hot on offense. Going to come out on defense and try to play really physical and stop their run game and limit their explosives. But it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be 4 quarters of 2 really physical teams getting after. And I know we've had a run of some really close games not go our way. And Gonzales has had a run of some other games that did go their way, and they're finding a way to win those games. So I anticipate this being an extremely physical football game on both sides of the ball.
All right, Coach. Looking at what we need to do and what we have to be concerned with. But, I know you're not to give away any kind of game planning or anything like that or game strategy. But, when you look at the defense, you say they're physical. They've got good team speed. So, how do you think it's going to be best to attack this defense?
Just, trust what we do. I think we've been having a lot of success offensively moving the football. We got to get some explosives generated. We track the explosives after every single week, and that's a play of 15 yards or more. And, whether that's through the air, quick game, downhill run, a sweep play, 15 yards is 15 yards. So we got to find a way to generate some of those explosives throughout the game. And against a really good defense, that's easier said than done, but that's definitely a key for us. So no different schemes, really. We're not going to reinvent the wheel. We're going to do our stuff and just try to improve it every single week, like we've done all year long. And hopefully this week we start to click at a higher rate and get some more explosives.
Thank you, Coach. Scott? And when you're talking offensively, I mean, we've got a player going into the 8th week that's Dylan Trotty, that he's right at the cusp of getting 1,000 yards rushing, and he's been your workhorse all year. And again, that's a tribute, I say it every time, to that offensive line. But, I mean, this every week, I mean, he's not the biggest guy on the field, that's for sure, but he's one of the strongest and has one of the biggest hearts out there, and a heart of a champion, I would say, because he's out there fighting every play.
Yeah, he is, and he really is a joy to coach. And, you mentioned offensive line, tight ends, fullbacks. There's just a whole group of guys that are making this available to him. We like to tell the running backs, if we block it clean, we can get you 5 or 6 yards. But Dylan's turning those plays into, 12s and 15s and 20s. And that's a credit to his work ethic and just how much he truly cares, And he's a guy that he does have some speed. He's gifted. He's really strong. And he's got great vision. He really does. And that's something that my grandpa always told me. He said, you can coach up a bunch of other positions, but God makes running backs. I think he did a good job of making Dylan Trotty. He's got great vision, and he's just able to see it at a really high level.
Hey, Scott?
I think for all us old timers here, that you may remember a running back right here named Ricky Barboza in the late '90s, and he reminds me a lot of him. He has, as you mentioned, he's about that same size. He's not a huge kid, but he's strong. Carry with you, carry players with him. He's got good speed, but vision. I think that's something probably not something you can coach, but he just seems to have that instinct. If he finds that hole, if there's a hole in the line anywhere, he's gonna find, he's gonna hit it quickly. Just doesn't seem to ever miss those things. But yeah, I think we were talking earlier about Navarro running backs, and I think that's the one that really kind of comes to mind. He's the one who has our 312 yards in a game, our school record with Barboza, and might be all right.
Well, that's a good comparison.
Yeah, Coach. Now, moving on to the special teams, and then we've seen Carl has he's done well. I mean, and we know one was basically a bad snap or such, but on the last game, but he's really made it come around. I mean, the kicking side of it's good, but talk about what you're going to have to do on special teams with a pretty speedy team again with Gonzales.
Right, and Hagan, he's placing the ball not just on his PATs, but his kickoffs have become a real weapon for us. Last Friday night we were kicking it to the deep right. We pooched a couple to the left and kind of blooped an onside there at the end, and he's placing it really well right now, and he's getting control of these kicks. And him and Coach Neubauer, our kicker coach, they're out there after school, after film, every single day working on that. But just really, really proud of Hagan and the steps that he's made this year to improve week to week. A lot of it is too. They do have some talented guys, and we've been playing talented guys every single week, I feel like. But like we tell the kids in film, nobody puts a slug back there on kickoff return or punt return. They're going to put their best athlete in the entire school is going to be back there ready to return the kick. So when we're going to get this ball kicked off and it's going to go to the right place and we'll have guys at the point of attack, we need to make the play. We need to be in our lanes, be in our alleys, and break down and make some tackles in space. And that hurt us last week a couple times. Credit to the Gerald running back, number one. He made 5 or 6 guys miss one time. And you just go back and watch the film and you're like, dang, we were right there. We need to make the play. So we're going to have the kick in a good spot, and we're going to have guys at the point of attack, and I'm very confident that this week we'll make the play.
Okay, thank you. Scott?
Yeah, I think it seems like the guys get uh, every time really they're really on the field and everything. And but you're right, it's kind of hard because those guys are so
Uh-oh.
you get the guys that are so athletic and can. Um, but yeah, that's it. I won't go any further because I'm maybe looks like I'm freezing here.
Yeah.
I'm just going to assume it was a really nice compliment about our team. So I'll take
Of
it.
course, always.
And coach, we've talked about it already, but and you may repeat yourself again. But what I'm looking for is your three keys to victory. For this football game against Gonzales. What are they?
Yeah, offensively, I'll just break it down by phase. Offensively, we need to be consistent. We need to generate explosives. I think we've done a really nice job week to week of establishing the run game. And we need to be able to hit on some quick games, some naked, some deep balls. Just be well balanced. We've got some skilled players all over the field, and we need to be able to use them. Defensively, we need to trust our keys. And that's a big thing with this offense. They're going to line up and they're going to run a few schemes, and they're going to run them really well. And if our guys can get aligned properly and trust their keys and trust that the man next to them is going to do their job, I feel really good about our chances of having success defensively as well. Because if we're not on our keys, they've got some guys that can take it to the house in a hurry. But we're going to do it. We're going to be lined up right. They're going to play really well. And special teams wise, just make the game changing plays. There's not as many of those plays throughout a game, but a kickoff or a punt that we pin them deep. Nobody wants to send the punt team out there. Everybody in the stands is upset when we call for the punt team, but it can be a momentum shifting play if we pin somebody deep. And then same thing for us. When they kick it off to us, we're not satisfied with just catching the ball. We need to make an explosive play and get that ball out there past the 50 when we're given those opportunities.
All right, Scott, any final thoughts?
I think I would just address Navarro, our fellow Navarro fans, and just say, look, this is a big game. It's homecoming, and love to help these guys out. I know they're working very very hard, and we have all been there. Those of us have been around when Irwin Lee Field has rocked. We've had a lot of noise to really help the team out.
Oh yeah.
So I sure hope we can have that again on Friday, and help get some energy in that stadium and help this team get to the victory.
Yeah, absolutely. Our guys have been working their tails off. These players pour in so much to it, so many hours, really early mornings, really late nights, and we do. We appreciate it. We can feel the energy when it's rocking at the stadium. We can definitely feel it, and we feed off of it. So let's go ahead and bring it tonight.
All right, Coach. Yeah, I totally agree, and I think it's exciting when we have the homecoming crowd. I have a couple of my kids that had already graduated there are making the special trip to make sure they're there, and so I see a lot of alumni and such there. So hopefully we can have a big crowd on Friday night and make this really a big show, a big support of the community here. All right, Coach.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for joining us, Coach, and Scott. Thank you as well. And Coach, I'll leave it to you to say, your last and final thoughts for this preview of Week 8 against Gonzales.
Now, we're just looking forward to a really fun homecoming night. There's going to be a lot of fun events going on, pregame, postgame over the weekend. We're going to do our part to bring a great game tonight to the Irwin Lee Stadium, and we hope that it's rocking, and we're excited for a fun night.
All right. Well, thanks again, as always, for being here tonight, and wish you all the best of luck for the Panthers.
All right, we appreciate it.
All right, Coach. Scott, good night. Thank y'all.
won 5 so far. That had 1 week off. So it's a team that believes in what they're doing. Had a huge victory against Lago Vista last week. Believe in their new coaching staff. And I understand a very different style this year than what we've seen in the past, and it's working for them.
Yeah, that Lago Vista game, a shootout out there in Gonzales. 34-28 was the final as the Apaches came on top. Now, the Apaches have a very good offense that they've been doing, but what's more impressive is the defense when they are playing away. They've 2 away games that they had just before that Lago Vista game was in Pleasanton and in Smithville, and held them to a combined 21 points between those games. Navarro has the offense to be able to get things started, but it's going to be which Gonzales defense are you getting?
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. He talked about, he's coached against Gonzales' coach Hamilton, coached at Reagan. He coached against them many times, Coach Hill did when he was at Smithson Valley. He said they're always tough defenses. Reagan's known for its defenses. So you're going to see that from Gonzales over the years, and have seen it this year. But, it's going to be a lot, just for the Panthers to figure out what's going to work best. How are they going to be able to get their weapons out and contributing?
Absolutely. And this game probably going to go well into the night, as I predict a shootout happening tonight. And a lot of that is due to not only the Panthers offense being able to move through the air and on the ground, but this Gonzales team has been averaging 40 points a game in this 5-game win streak. And that is a rough average. They've put up as many as 56 and 51 in that win streak here. So it's going to be definitely an offensive showdown here tonight.
Yeah, really should be. They've certainly got the weapons. They're a running team. They're a hard power eye, but they've got some weapons on the outside too that they can go to.
They can go
help
deep.
Get downfield.
Yeah, they can go deep. And we got the standings up here. It looks deceiving, but the top 4 teams go, even though we have 2 tied for first. And those 4 that are highlighted are right now, if we went to the playoffs, those 4 would go. But right now, if you look at Gonzales, if we beat Gonzales, we beat Smithville, we beat Lago Vista, there's a darn good chance we get that 4th seed. So, that's what I'm looking at. And Gonzales is the key to all this. They haven't played Gerald. They have not played Salado. And then they play Wimberley as well. So those 3 teams, they still have to play. And they already beat Lago Vista. So those 3 teams that the Panthers have all lost to could be the same outcome for Gonzales. But Panthers, it's a must-win tonight. Is that correct?
Yeah, it really shows you how records can be deceiving sometimes because of who the Panthers have had to play. But for the Panthers, you're just thinking, just take care of business.
Right.
Go win our 3 games. You have a good chance at a tiebreaker. May not come. If it doesn't come your way, you've ended the season with 3 wins, some momentum to build going into next year. A lot more good feeling about the season. But they're in every game. We know we've talked about it all year. Every game going in the 4th quarter, they've either been ahead or within, at least within a couple of scores. It's just a matter of closing the deal. Can they do it tonight?
And the offense has been, for the most part, finding its stride since that early September kind of skid that they had when they lost right after the Etonian Apache game, when they had played Canyon Lake and Lavernia. Kind of sputtered out on offense. Have really been putting up 28 points a game since then. So you'd like to see them continue to roll, but really start quickly and make sure that you're earning those first quarter points.
They were 6 for 6 on 4th down last week.
Yeah, that's unheard
not
of.
Something you see offense, especially when a team loses. They just didn't get enough possessions. They only had 1 real possession, and then turnovers again were just such a key. I think the last 3 weeks the turnover has been really the difference in the second half.
The visiting fans should cheer for your team.
Protection of the ball definitely going to be a point of emphasis for both teams going into this one. And we'll take a look there as Dylan Trotty. His touchdown numbers for the season are outstanding. 15 touchdowns, just shy of 1,000 yards rushing. If I'm a betting man, I'm pretty sure he's getting that tonight.
I would hope. We're hoping on the first carry. That'd be a good time to get it.
Yes.
But he's very close to having an incredible season. Everybody's keying on him. It doesn't matter. He's still getting his yards. Line's doing a great job opening up those holes for him. But he's taking it, getting the yards after contact, making a lot of difference.
And Davidson, I mean, still for a Panther team, seeing 658 passing yards at this point and coming into the 8th game, that's pretty good.
I'll go ahead and give you my Panther fact right now.
The fun fact of the night.
That 658 yards is more than any Navarro team has had passing in the regular season since 2016.
Oh, I'm sorry if I stole your
I had no idea. You led into it perfectly.
And we've got 3 games to go, so that since 2016 could go further back.
2016 was this state semifinalist that just did everything right, I guess. But I think that about 1,400. But yeah, it tells you that you look at it and there are a lot of changes this year with new scheme being brought and everything, and sometimes it's not it's easy to forget that.
And that front line is a big part of that. Melton, Ledesma, Risky, Carlisle, and Pugh. You got to have Galini helping out blocking, and you also have Rocha up there blocking. But that is your basically your offensive line there, including a tight end.
And don't discredit Galini as a pass catcher as well, because he can do both. He is a solid tight end and setting those edges as well as breaking out into those open flats.
Yeah, absolutely. He's one of the best athletes on the team, both sides of the ball. But you heard me ask Coach Hill this week. Tell me an offensive lineman who's really standing out, playing great, and he just listed them all. I can't list one. They're all great.
Right. Well, the one thing that we got to see in this game is we got to see the defense pick it up, and this is going to be the defense that you're going to see here real quick. And you got Bush coming in. That's going to be the rover, the rock, the rocker. They call them all different sorts of things. But that front line, Harvey and Black and Galini have done a great job. I think where we're just not getting the team cohesiveness, getting to the ball at the right time at the right spot. And I don't know what you think.
I think it's going to be important tonight, that gang tackling, getting a number of guys there, because these guys are going to break tackles. The Panthers have had some problems with that. It's not easy to bring some of these guys down in the open field, but you got the second and third guy coming. If you can slow them down enough, and that's going to be really key, because like Gerald, they're just going to want to run over you as long as they can.
Okay, well, real quickly, I think what I'd like to do is, and Scott, we had lost a dear friend of ours, Lance Blackburn, that had became the voice of the Panthers, and we lost him. He passed away this last summer. So if we can get the students in the trailer to get that video and get it ready to run, and we'll go ahead and run that. But his commitment to God, family, and this community is just huge, and we can only hope that we can be half the men that Lance was. So we'll go ahead and run the tribute before the boys come out.
Line judge is
up the middle, and that's Cohen Blunt, and he could be gone. Let's see if they catch him. If not, he's choo-chooing, and he does. That should be there all night if the Tigers want to take it. They delay handoff this time to Thompson, and he is brought down for a big loss there. Handoff Kenaway. Kenaway's got a big, and he's in. He walks in. We're going to go for it. He's going to roll left. He's got a receiver. It's Cohen Blunt. He's got some room. He's got the first down and more, and he's going to score. Oh, the punt's blocked, and the Panthers jump on it. It's picked up, and it's Matt Villanueva, and Matt's running down the sideline. He's gotten in for a Panther touchdown. There's a pitch. It looks like it's going to be a halfback pass. It's Cohen Blunt. He wobbles in. Does he catch it? Helford running. He gets outside. He's going to run. They hand it off up the middle. I was fooled. That's Cohen Blunt. Panthers split out, too. They hand the ball off. That's Peyton Helford. He's going. Will he be caught? He's outrunning clock. Number 2 to the end zone, and he's in the end zone for a Panther. He's going to hand it. No, he's going to keep it. He's around. He's off to the races, folks. That's Peyton Helford, the sophomore. He's showing some speed. He's being chased by Danny Appia. He gets down there. And he gets it. And no flag.
like 92. The sun has gone down. It is now a crisp 85 with what I would guess is double-digit wind blowing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little bit of a factor up there. It is a windy day, and I don't know if you can see the flag up top on the right-hand corner. I'm sure we'll get a picture of it at some point or whenever we do the national anthem.
I don't know if we could get. Well, once we get the coin toss, I think we'll have the coin toss out here too, and we'll hopefully get a little bit of audio from the coin toss once we hit the audio on that camera when they go out to the middle of the field. But we are going to do the national anthem first, I believe.
Tell him to take camera 2 while he's doing that.
Oh, they are going to do the coin toss, so we'll see the coin toss coming out, and let's see if we get some audio coming down from that sideline camera.
So there you see, getting a look at the
It might be a windy sound, a lot of wind out there. Go ahead.
The Gerald captains right there, number 55, Isaiah Balderas, number 10, Christian Jurek, number 60, Aaron Lewis III.
Number 10, Christian
And number
Jurek.
2 is David Clark III.
Number 55,
On the Navarro side,
and
you've got number 4,
60,
Caden Chambers, and number 73, Antonio Perez.
representing
The
Navarro
Lone Wolves
Chambers.
out there. The
And
Lone
number
Panthers.
73.
Yeah, we're trying to see if we hear the audio from the sideline cam, unless the wind will, just like you hear in our mics. I mean, the wind is gusting. I mean, close. I have to say, almost 20 miles an hour.
That's what I'm saying. It's very much double-digit win here. You got to think that's going to play a factor whenever we're deciding how much involved in the passing game that we're going to want to be, and that's both coaches right there.
Right.
If you can see these flags, I'm telling you, they are blowing fully.
Yeah. Here's the official, and he gives us the indication. They usually believe it or not, most of the coin toss, this is just a stage. This is they already did it.
Gonzales has
So there you see it. Gonzales has won the toss, and they chose to receive. They will be going from left to right on your screen there. And now we will direct your attention
for the playing of our national anthem.
to the American
The
flag
raisers
as
tonight are the
we
Guadalupe Valley
roll
Young
right
Marines under the
in
unit
to the national anthem.
under the direction of Unit Commander Dillon. And joining the Panther Band tonight is the Navarro American Sign Language Honor Society.
Slow down the line. Go up top. Slowly zoom in from the front, and then just slowly go. Right now, while they have the overtake, go to the first person. Yep, at the 30-yard line, zoom in. Go down the line. Perfect. They switch. That's all they take care of. Just keep going. Just keep going. And there we have it, folks. We are just moments away from getting this game started here in Geronimo, Texas. And boy, does it feel like Texas football tonight. The sun is down. The weather is nice and cool. It actually feels like fall for once. And the vibes are high. The excitement is there. This crowd is ready
And we're ready, right?
And we're ready. Absolutely, Hank.
Yeah, who cares about everything else? Hey, but volleyball just played, and I haven't got an update because I've been working on all the technical stuff, so hopefully we'll get an update here rather quickly. So.
And as Hank works to get that update for you guys, we'll take a look back down the field as you see Navarro donning their purple, and black, as Gonzales sporting their all whites. As both teams take the field now.
Wow.
And that is how you know we are playing Panther football, folks. The phrase to kick it all off before we have the opening kick, and it is number 11, Hagen Crowell.
Number 11, Hagen Crowell.
Ready to set this one deep. The slow run up. It looks like it's going to be a high pooch, and it is. Taking a bounce right about the 25. Great bounce. Ball's on the ground, and still on the ground. Who's got it?
It looks like Gonzales has got it.
It nearly came out of the 5-hole of number 5 there, and that was B.J. Jones to try and field that one. And Jones, thankfully, for the Apache side, able to recover. And that was almost the start you were looking for on homecoming at night if you're a Panthers fan.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as we get all our tools and toys ready, I'm trying to get all my my yeehaw, as I call it, all together. And we'll try to get the score updates a little bit later.
There we go. Coming out of the I formation, it is number 11 under center, Luis Zuniga, and they're going to hand this one off to the big back. And ball's on the ground. The Panthers have fallen on it. First play of the game. Oh, no, they're going to say.
What? Let's see.
The initial referee said
the Panthers should
the Apaches had it, but that was clearly recovered by the Panthers, and they are dumbfounded. Now the referees are going to have to talk about this one.
Do we have that on replay?
And there the white hat says it. First play, first turnover created by the defense, and what a heads-up recovery.
Ooh, this win.
Good job by the linebackers to get a hand in there. It wasn't a wrap-up tackle. They saw the ball, they punched it out, and it came out clean, Hank.
Oh, man.
So here we go, starting off in tremendous field position, and we'll take a look here.
Let's see if we have it on replay before we get to the next.
First down, Panthers.
We're going to look at this middle linebacker right here as he goes right in the middle,
Barry
punches it out, and there you see balls on the ground.
Yeah,
easy recovery. So here we go.
Coming back.
Austin Davidson.
Number 1, Austin Davidson.
3 receiver look, man in motion. Takes the snap and hands this one off. Going right up the middle. Looking for those 9 yards to hit 1,000 and can't quite get it on this one, but does pick up around 3-4 yards.
And then our starting offense here with Austin Davidson quarterback, Galini, Blevins, Rocha, Trotty, Rodriguez, and Melton, Ledesma, Risky, Carlisle, and Pugh.
Quickly coming out of the huddle now, Davidson leading this offense. Fullback in motion, free plays. It's encroachment. He's going to take a shot downfield, and they're going to go ahead and stop it because it was contact. Encroachment and not offsides. So.
Right, but you have that contact. So once you have that contact,
play is dead.
Yeah, the play is dead.
But again, we saw this a couple weeks ago where it may not have been called, but a free play.
You're right.
When the defensive line jumps, Austin Davidson is tremendous when it comes to IQ to take a shot downfield because he knows it's a free play.
Well, we'll give that one a. See if I can get it to come up here, but we'll get it all. We get all our little toys. I'm getting my toys all up here together.
Makes it 2nd and 1.
So after the 5-yard penalty, it's 2nd and 1, and it's a pistol look, and they're going to move him back slightly to make it 2nd and 2 instead of 1. So here's Davidson, Trotty behind him. Fullback in motion, hands it off to Trotty and tries to split it right up the middle and has nowhere to go. A fantastic solo tackle by Colin Sanders.
Yeah, Colin Sanders just read it all the way. And wrapped up and just drove his legs right into Trotty. I mean, unbelievable. So, so good play, good job by the Gonzales defense. Now, Panthers, I know it says 1st and 10, but our down distance is not working tonight, and
we'll give it to you as it comes.
Yeah,
so.
We'll give it to you there.
No gain there on that play. It's 3rd and 2. Quick snap. It's Trotty going right up the middle, and Trotty has another.
Whoa! I didn't touch it.
That was divine intervention.
We didn't even touch it, so it was like about 10 minutes too late, right?
Hey.
But it actually, whoa, that just, I mean.
Snuck up on us, but perfect timing as the Panthers able to gain a 1st down on the opening series. So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. 18 seconds on the game clock. Still plenty of time to get this one off. Davidson in a 2-receiver set. Fakes the handoff. Now on the jet sweep. Coming around. Gets a block at the 5. In the end zone. Touchdown. Brody Zoller.
Brody Zoller on the end around for the score.
Well, there you take a look there. The great fake to Trotty. And Zoller has nothing but room. One man to beat, gets the block. And what a fantastic block that was.
Yeah, and Zeller just knows exactly what to do with it. Goes north and south. Didn't have to cut outside, inside. He just pretty much made a beeline to the end zone once he saw that corner. There's the kick.
And it's good. Great block by Rocha. Great catch and touchdown by Zoller. And it's 7-0 after just a couple of minutes to start this game. Panthers leading the Apaches. We'll be back on the Navarro Panther Network.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo.
You say my kid?
Yeah.
As we return to the field, it is a quick start for the Panthers defense and offense after the forced fumble. Only took about 5 plays to get into the end zone. Panthers leading 7-0 and kick this one off to the Apaches on a fair catch at the 24-yard line. As a flag in the backfield. 2 flags on the field, and this is most certainly going against the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an offsides, and but you got to weigh this out. It's at the 25-yard line. Do you go 5 yards back because the Panthers have the win, and that was a design pooch to cause a fair catch. So does that mean you just kick it a little deeper? I mean, I don't know with the win.
And he's obviously got the leg to be able to do so if you needed to do that. Like you said, Hank, while the wind is going a little bit diagonal, it is 100% at the Panthers' back right now. The Apaches, if they want to go in the air, are throwing into the wind.
Yeah, and on our weather bug, it shows 9 miles an hour, but that's sustained winds. So imagine the gusts are almost double that, what we're looking at.
You can kind of get an idea of the Texas flag up there.
Yeah.
At the top of your screen. But here we go. So after the penalty, it is going to be a 1st and 10 right at the 30-yard line. They're going to say the fair catch was at the 25. So here we go. Zuniga under center. And he's got a trio of backs behind him in a somewhat familiar set.
Right.
The toss out to the left-hand side. Pursuing is the defense, and they're able to bring him down for a gain of maybe 2, and that was number 2 on the tackle. That was Clark the third.
Elder.
I'm sorry, Emerson Elder, I apologize.
Yeah, Elder comes up there and makes a good tackle. I mean, he comes flying in, and, that's the problem that we were trying to, we were trying to contain. Remember, I talked about containment in my keys. If you don't get him near the line of scrimmage and they get that outside, this Gonzales team has speed. So we got one-on-one coverage out here. So you got to be careful with number one himself out there for the Apaches.
Quick snap and a handoff out to the right-hand side. Has room to run. Is finally forced out of bounds. That was Travis Melvo the third on the carry. Boy, a common theme of being the third out here in this football game.
And I want to tell you, Coach Hamilton, and we talked about it in the Coach Hill show, he really likes to use the backs in a different variety, and not only one back. He'll use a stable of backs like you saw with the Panthers back in the slot T days, only a year ago. And
the reason they do that is to force the defense to have to try and follow the ball. And you're going to see a lot of that formation out here tonight as they've run the same look now 3 times in a row as everybody gets set. Handing this one off. Ball's on the ground one more time. And the Panthers have picked it up. No, it was recovered by the ball carrier. So that was David Clark the third.
Yeah. And here's your starting defense right there with Deegan Bush, Harvey, Black, Galini. Those guys are up towards the front, and Benish, Berry, and Vogel, your linebackers. And then you have Elder, Trotty, Jenner, and DeLeon as the secondary.
Loss of the yard on the play, second down.
Zuniga one more time under center, and this time they're going to send B.J. Jones in motion to the left-hand side. Nearly jumped in. Are they going to get a false start? I don't think he crossed the neutral zone.
Yeah, I don't think he came across, and I don't think that it was drawn off. But
the white hat called it against the defense, though, so they're going to say neutral zone infraction.
Oh, I don't know if we got that part on replay at all. But it sure would be nice if we have it.
Let's see. We'll take a look right here.
Did he actually get in the neutral zone? You can see where the tip of the ball is. It's right there at the 47.
And another thing to look at is, does he get back in time before the jump? He's set.
Yeah, and I don't think the jump actually called, but I don't think he got into the neutral zone with that replay. Good job, replay. Hey, the students have got it down there.
They're getting better every week, and so are the Panthers. And can they do something here on 2nd and medium? About 5 yards to go. Zuniga hands this one off. Little juke step, able to break one tackle, but nowhere to go. He picks up about a yard, and that was Travis Melvo.
And the ball comes back out. Julius DeLeon picks it up and says, hey, okay, well, they blew it dead. Maybe a little early, but not. But good job up front. As you mentioned, I mean, the linebackers in this game have Vogel, Barry causing that fumble. I mean, those linebackers coming up and making those hits, that's a big deal.
So 3rd and 4 for the Panthers coming up. The Apaches hand this one up and tackled immediately, tripped up. I believe that was number 22 who got there, Braddock Galini.
Sorry, stole your thunder a little
you're
bit
good,
there.
Hank. We work as a team.
Hey,
stop by number 22.
I mean, Galini, and what I'm liking is we're shooting the gaps on those power eye plays. You see the power eye. When we call power eye, when that back is on that side, that's why we call it a power eye. There's still eye formation. But, when you see that fullback come in, they're cutting in right behind the fullback, hitting the gaps and going in. Here's a big 4th down play.
And they're going for it. And first time of the game, they're going to come out in a shotgun look. Zuniga has 3 receivers. And Zuniga's going to keep it himself, looking for the gap, breaks one tackle and is tripped up, stays on his feet, and fights for those extra yards. Now, let's see where they mark this. They said it's going to be a yard past the first down marker, but just shy of the 40.
I would agree with that, too, because it was just a good effort by Zuniga to get out there. And you could see him. He stretched his body out, and off his tippy toes, he pushes his body even another yard.
Absolutely. A great tackle to get there. It would have been right about the line of scrimmage, but a good job by Zuniga to fight forward for extra yards. Here we go in the same formation. Zuniga with a man in motion. Takes the snap, and again, he calls his own number on the QB draw. Fights forward for a good gain of about 4.
And that was a good push up the middle by the offensive line of Gonzales, because you saw everything cave around. The edges were coming in, and that's who made it up, but not until after 4 yards were gained. And if you're the Panther defense, we've got to get a little better push. But when you double team on Harvey, when you double at 17-mile-an-hour gust now, when you double team on Harvey, and that, I mean, there's hardly anything you do, but you got to still fight through that double team. You gotta make yourself thin and get through that double team.
Trips left for Zuniga, and again, he's going to keep it. And this time, swallowed up with nowhere to go. He stays on his feet and refuses to go down, but no gain as they stop his forward momentum.
That's a TFL right there. That's a tackle for loss. Let's see if we got that hurry up on replay before we get to the next play.
So
go ahead.
Interesting, Hank, that they're coming out in a 3-receiver look, sending everybody out to the left, but they're going to go straight up the middle on these QB draws. You would think that they would want to apply those receivers a little bit tighter and get some blocking going. Yeah,
I mean, I'm looking at the linebackers making big plays here as they're coming up and sealing off. They're going downhill, and that's what you like to see is linebackers scrape and get downhill quickly.
And again, it's Zuniga, and again, he is swallowed up. Trying to fight forward, gets maybe to the 35-yard line, a couple inches shy of. And it's going to be 4th down and 4.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of those plays where the Panthers, they gave a little bit, but they didn't allow that huge push that we saw on 1st down. Remember, we talked about winning on 1st down, but the Panthers won on 2nd down on this one. And so we want to make sure that here, 4th and 4, expect anything. I mean, you got to
think they haven't thrown the ball yet. It's likely going to be a run, but like you're right, expect anything because Gonzales could come out here and throw it to the one-on-ones.
They're going against the wind, and I doubt they'll go deep, but they would have to do a short pass here.
Under center, handing off to the fullback. There is a flag. And they're going to call this play dead for a false start. And boy, is it good that they did because he was in for 6, David Clark.
Some divine intervention there because we'll see. I'll see if they can catch the movement. Let's see.
Oh, it was 10.
Yep.
Lean
10.
Forward just a little bit. That tight end, exactly.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
That was Kristen Jurek, one of the captains for tonight.
Mark off 4th and 9.
So 4th and 9 instead of it being a manageable 4th and 4. Quarterback is still out there, Luis Zuniga. I think we're going to see his arm here, or are they going to try and cut it to the outside? They've got 2 blockers out left, out in the shotgun eye.
I would think a short pass and not a long pass.
Zuniga rolling out to his left. Takes a shot. He's got a man downfield, and it is broken up and intercepted.
Oh, I was hoping he'd just knock it down because we would have gained 40 yards on that play. But it's still great to see an interception.
Absolutely. And we thought you saw the same thing, 2 hands to swat, but Emerson Elder said, no, sir, that is my ball.
Oh, yeah. He wants that interception, that's for sure. And but I'm sitting there wanting to say it, but I let you make the call. But as it happened, I wanted to say, just knock it down, knock it down.
That is the fan and Hank Dieter coming out. A long-time dedicated fan Hank Dieter has been.
Well, if the Panthers could build on that, I mean, it would have been a turnover either way. Turnover on downs or a turnover there with the interception.
Absolutely. More importantly, it is 2 drives and 2 forced turnovers for this Panthers defense. So now they've got a long stretch of field ahead of them. 95 yards to go. Davidson hands this one off to Trotty, bounces out towards the left, looking for a block, doesn't have it just yet, and now he gets the block, running down the sideline. Dylan Trotty out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Well, there's your 1,000 yards for sure. You know, he made sure he got over that 1,000 yards. Here's the play right here.
I'm 3 yards short. Let me just go ahead and 10X it. I'm going to take it 33 yards right here. And look at this. Trotty has to fight 3 people. No blockers. Boom. And all of a sudden, you got 20 yards ahead of you.
Oh, that was Evan Rodriguez with the block to make sure he got those extra 20 yards down the field after he crosses the.
So quickly out of the huddle. And into the pistol. And it's a false, not a false start, but it is another offsides encroachment as the defensive line makes contact.
We'll get to that white hat here. We'll see. See what he's saying. He's saying defense.
It looks like offsides to the defense.
He's getting ready. I was like, either defense encroachment or it's offsides, either way. But, I mean, since they knocked him down, they stopped the play.
Right.
Obviously, it was encroachment.
And for those of y'all who don't know, the difference is, did he make contact? Encroachment is contact. Offsides is fully across. Neutral zone infraction is if you make the offensive line jump.
Exactly. So there's 3 different ways you look at it. Offsides is just offsides at the time of the snap. So.
That is Football 101 with Hank and Adam. So here we go, 1st and 10. As Davidson pitches this one out to Trotty, looking for a block. And he's going to be run down, but not before picking up about 4 yards. About 3.
Let's see if we can. I mean, there you go. I mean, almost got it back to where they would have had the ball if they'd not intercepted it and got it on turnover down. So, hey, Trotty got past his 1,000 yards with that, too. So.
It was just a strategic play.
Yeah, there you go. They all knew this was going to happen. So, Panthers, as we talked about, the Panthers have to win out to have any shot, and Gonzales would have to lose out to Gerald, Salado, and Wimberley, which we lost to those 3 teams. And if we win this one tonight, we win. Even if there happens to be a tiebreaker with Gonzales, we can get that 4th seed. But we'll see how that goes.
Davidson to Trotty, going right up the middle, and Trotty dragging a few defenders with him. Takes a shot towards the back at the end of that play, but not before picking up about another 5-6 yards on that carry.
Yeah, unbelievable, right? I mean, what I mean by unbelievable, it looked like initially, is he going to get that? And then he just makes his body get small, turning sideways, and is able to get through the hole. And then we talked about acceleration, and then you see the acceleration.
Well, and it's a little bit of both, right? The way he shoots through the hole is almost that first step of the acceleration process. So here we go. Davidson again out of the pistol. 1st and 10 from the 43. Trotty going right up the middle once again, this time going through the B gap as he gets across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Nope, they're going to say at the 50. So a 7-yard pickup.
Wow. So when we look at the Panthers and their ability to to open up holes, right there was a perfect example. And Rocha was a big part of that, along with that offensive line. And beautifully designed play. It's a counter-type play, but it's almost like the old cutback on the NFL, where you get the defense going one way and you just cut it back the other. And good zone blocking up front.
3-receiver look for Davidson. Play action, and Davidson rolls out to his left. Has all the time in the world, and a little boot to the tight end. Gets a big block, and still on his feet as he's brought down at about the 30-yard line. The block came from Galini, but it went to number 0, Evan Rodriguez, on the catch.
Yeah, I mean, and I was happy about Austin taking what they give you. Not to have to go down the field and try to make the big play, the big explosive play. That was explosive enough to get the 15 yards. And
Absolutely.
That's what Coach calls explosive plays, 15 yards or more. And, that was perfect. That's what I love to see.
So 1st and 10 to follow that one up. Ball at the 30-yard line. Davidson hands it off to Trotty, and Trotty escapes a tackler in the backfield, but couldn't escape the second one. Lucky enough to get back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
A good wrap up by Gary Lewis III, and Gary Lewis. I mean, he takes. There's a lot of trays out there, I guess.
Absolutely.
But, he just does a great wrap up, And when you wrap them up the right way and you do it, Trotty's not going to go anywhere. And boy, he gave him a bear hug too. They go, whoa, bear. So now Trotty and the offense. Here we go. Let's see what they can do.
8 seconds on the play clock. About 22 remaining in this first quarter. Davidson rolls out to his right immediately, has pressure, gets past the 30, and he's going to be, not dragged down from behind. Instead, spins around and gets out of bounds.
One off for Davidson on the quarterback.
And that will do it for the first quarter as we go into the break after our first 12 minutes of play. The Navarro Panthers leading this one 7-0 thanks to 2 turnovers by the defense. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll bring you the second quarter of action when we return here on the Navarro Panther Network. And as we return to the field, Both teams still getting a talking to. It will be 3rd and 4 when we return to action just outside of the red zone. Ball is going to be placed at the 24-yard line. And Navarro now with the wind in front of them, so this would be not necessarily a long field goal, but it would feel much longer with 20 mile an hour wind coming at you.
All right. Yeah, we got several camera angles. We're going to try to bring in fan cam and the homecoming festivities. So Adam, we're going to have homecoming tonight on the field. So we're going to have a couple of cameras on the field as well. So we hope we can bring that to you.
As we get back to
right up front, and you'll have the front seat, right there to see it all.
24-yard line.
So here we go, second quarter action. Davidson in the pistol. Hands this one to Trotty. Bounces out to the right-hand side, has the first and then some, stays on his feet as he bear crawls forward for another yard or two, and they're going to mark him down. No, there is going to be a flag against the offense, so take away that first down and let's retry third. And very long as it is a 10-yard holding penalty.
Yeah, 10 yards. Yeah, that's what we're looking at here. And, but now it's kind of shifted in that second quarter. You're going to have to go, you're going against the wind. And so here going against the wind, you're not going to be able to make a nice, you saw that happen with Gonzales. The wind held up that ball. That was part of the problem. It might have been a great pass on a non-windy night. And so the Panthers will probably look to pass it, but we'll see.
3rd and 14. Play action. Now a wide receiver screen to the right-hand side and great open field tackling.
Yeah, I mean, you try to get it in space to Evan Rodriguez. He's one of your speedsters. He can get him out there in space, but it was really tight coverage by Gonzales. And Gonzales is, number 0, Colin Sanders, was one of the ones that were up there.
And Davian Pitts, number 3, was the other one who caught him in midair.
Yeah, I mean, they were all right there pushing them back. So here's a big 4th down play for the Panthers, 4th and 11.
So too far for the field goal unit. It is a 4-receiver look for Austin Davidson. He's got time in the pocket. Throws this one to the right-hand side, and it is incomplete as he took a shot to the end zone. No flag, so that will be a turnover on down.
Well, let's see if we got a replay on that on the main camera to look down the field, and we'll see all that. I was going to show the coverage instead of going to a break. I was going to show the coverage here, but I guess we don't have that. So we'll keep it here. And talk about a few things. Once I get the information, I didn't even get to watch the volleyball game. We're having 2 broadcasts tonight. We had one earlier with Lavernia. This was a battle for basically first place, or to get the tie for first place if the Panthers, Lady Panthers, would have won. And I'm going to try to get the updates because I didn't get to watch it, unfortunately.
So here's Zuniga under center and handing this one off, going right up the middle and gaining a good amount of yardage there as he's able to pick up about 6. That was B.J. Jones, the junior, on the carry. B.J. Jones listed as a wide receiver, but has lined up 90% of this as a running back.
Yeah, I heard something in the background. I don't know if our director, Cohen, was telling me whether that they won or lost. So.
2nd and short here for Zuniga. Getting a line shift, and now we're going to have a stoppage of play. A timeout called by the Apaches. That's going to be their first timeout of the first half with 10:28 remaining in this second quarter. We're going to go ahead and take a break with them. We'll be back on the Navarro Panther Network.
It's still windy, but I think it's slowed down a little bit.
2nd and 10 going up the middle and nowhere to run. They're going to give him about 3 yards. I think it's a pretty generous spot.
Yeah, and you see this with, Coach Hamilton was with Reagan. He was one of the coaches there at Reagan, and he brings that same style, that same offense here with Gonzales, where you'll see multiple sets, power eye, almost the wing tee look, those sort. They'll mix it all up, spread, formations, pistol. I mean, you'll see multiple sets, but for the most part, he's a run-first guy, as we see tonight.
And I think they've only gone to the air twice, one
Right.
interception, one incompletion. As Zuniga hands this one off again, and boy, what a quick first step as he's still on his feet. Finally wrapped up and brought down just shy of the 12-yard line, but Travis Malveaux, boy, does he have an incredible first step.
Oh, yeah. I mean, here, though, for the Panthers, fundamentals. You can't arm tackle these guys. I mean, and Coach Hamilton's got them running through arm tackles, and you saw that there when you're reaching and not breaking down enough, or you overcommit too early and not break down early enough. So it is, or break down in the correct time. And so what we need is still fundamental football. Make those initial hits, make them tackles.
And again, handing this one off out of the power eye. Gets the block around the right-hand side. Gets a second, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Aiden Ramirez.
Yeah, we'll see if we can see that one on replay.
22, Aiden B. Ramirez for the score.
Here's the replay on that. And you watch, I don't think that's the one.
That's the previous play. I was about to say, I don't think that touchdown was that far away. But as we go down to the field for the extra point attempt. Snap is good, nearly blocked as that one splits the uprights. So with 8:27 remaining in this first half, Gonzales Apaches tie this one up at 7. We'll be back.
It's time to help.
The 2-score games, and if you see a 2-score, usually it's because it's like, at the end, how that happens, where you're fighting to get that touchdown and you're close to getting it. If you don't get it and the other team happens to get it, then it's already over.
But you look at it in the opening drives, the Panthers able to force 2 turnovers. So after 3 offensive stints, Gonzales only able to come away with 7 points. You got to consider that a good takeaway as the Panthers look to receive it as it takes a bounce at the 15, fielded. And now going up the field, diving forward just shy of the 30. Ball's on the ground, recovered by the Apaches, but they're going to say down by contact.
Yeah, I think, I think the officials actually are calling it pretty good either way. At first we had that first fumble of the game. The first turnover of the game happened on the first play of the game for Gonzales on their first offensive play.
Well, actually, the kickoff.
Right. Well,
it was a muff kickoff and nearly fumbled as well.
Yeah, as well. And so then their first play, and we didn't know if they were going to call them down. And we were like, no, the ball was clearly out. We even had it on replay. We could have brought the replay official in, right?
That's right.
But too bad they don't have it at this level, right?
1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Davidson out of the pistol. It's Trotty. And Trotty gets a block now, cuts up the field. He is brought down after a pickup of about 6 yards, still in Trotty.
And you know, what I was going to say about that, great vision on reading his blocks. I mean, there's vision and reading. All that has to be combined. And when you're zone blocking, the running back gets to choose. You know, it's not a designed hole specifically. It's saying, hey, we're going over this general area. And he reads his blocks very well.
Now getting an audible from the sideline. 10 seconds on the play clock. 5 seconds now. Davidson hands it to Trotty. Takes a hard cut to the left and is brought down. A great solo tackle there by Malveaux.
Just short here. A big third down play because you're on your side of the field, just short of the 40 at the 39-yard line. You need to convert this third down. And we're talking about winning on first downs. I think for the most part the Panthers are. They just haven't been able to cash in when they got down there as well and couldn't get. It got stale for whatever reason.
There we go. Out of the pistol. Trotty's going to get his number called, going right up the middle, and no flags on the field, so it will be a first down. Go ahead and move those sticks.
Trotty, the ball carrier picks up the
now
first
let's
down.
see if we can get them going here.
Tackle by number 64, Marcus Lampkin.
Moving the ball well on this, their third offensive drive of the night, and slowly eating clock in this second quarter. 6:45 now remains in the first half. First and 10 from the 42. It's a three-receiver look. And a timeout is going to be called by the Apaches, their second timeout of the half. So we'll go ahead and take a quick break with them. You're watching Panther football on the Navarro Panther Network.
Our neighbors in the Texas Hill Country. This is Dennis Quaid. Would you please contribute to the local relief effort through the Kirk County Flood Relief Fund at communityfoundation.net? Thanks.
We're back.
6:38 remaining in this first half. It is 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Trotty, having himself a fantastic day, has broken the 1,000-yard mark on the season, and he's about a good 25 yards clear of it right now, and I expect a heavy dose of Trotty on this drive.
Yeah, I mean, with 6:38 remaining here in the first half, I wanted to say, not first quarter, but first half. In this second quarter, you want to take time off, but you want to score, and you don't want to leave too much time. So, I mean, running the ball gives you that option, I think. So if
like
you run
12-man football,
right.
Exactly. Use the clock as your friend. And here we go. Trotty on the counter and is wrapped up and brought down in the backfield. It was big Marcus Lampkin, the senior, breaking through. It's a loss of 3 on the play.
Yeah, we saw Lampkin last year too, and Lampkin was up front making big plays, and here he is tonight again as a senior making big plays. And that is just, they start to read, as a defense. So I like what Coach Hill does. He'll start changing things up here.
Second and very long, and it's a jet sweep going out to the left-hand side. Now cuts upfield. Flag is thrown as he's brought down after the 45-yard line.
Yeah, that's the one thing you can't have is flags.
And this one in holding territory, and that is what it is.
Yeah.
Holding call against Panthers.
So instead of third and short, it's going to be second
and long.
And very long, backing him all the way up to what is probably going to be the 29-yard line.
Yeah, so what you're looking at, what is that, second down and 22 or 23?
About 22 yards.
Yeah.
Yes, you're 1 yard back, so 23 yards to go.
So, with that, it's like,
it's still second down.
Yeah, it's still second down. That's right.
So Davidson out of the pistol, and it's Elder going in motion. Davidson looking to throw it, and has it, and it's caught for about a pickup of 13 right at the original first down marker, or I guess line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage.
I don't know if we have the replay on that.
Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Oh, they're going to say the 41.
Yeah, so we're looking at it here. Watch this comeback route here as Elder, if we've got that. Hopefully you just couldn't quite catch him on the edge of that, but nice bench route and then comeback. So
I think they shorted him about a yard there, but
right.
it's 3rd and 11. Davidson in the shotgun. Looking towards his right, lets it fly, has a man and just overshoots Emerson Elder and had him sitting in between the linebackers, couldn't hit him.
Oh my goodness. Now the wind's picked up. Adam's trying to get his papers over here together.
Rally everything together.
Holy cow, I was trying to look and see what gust. Now it says 87. I would bet it's probably closer to 80 now because they're like 5 or like 10 minutes behind or more when they give us the weather bug on the corner.
It says 9-mile-per-hour wind right now. That was probably when you said, it feels like it's died down a little bit.
Yeah. Did I sound like that? My goodness.
Here comes the punting unit for the Panthers. Want to keep it low, and they do. End-over-end kick. And it's going to take a very friendly Panther roll all the way down to the 20-yard line, and that's about as good as you can ask.
Yeah, I'm looking at that going, it's like, at first I thought, oh no, if they could get their hands on it quickly, but it actually took a very good bounce, unreturnable, no return on the play, and you get it down at the 20. So 80 yards to go for Gonzales. I still think that's a huge hill to climb because we saw even in the drives that Gonzales has not been able to take huge chunks, but they have a couple explosives.
And on top of that, they're running the ball, which is going to continue to run the clock, eat through the clock. They've already used 2 timeouts, and we're under the 5-minute mark at 4:45 remaining.
If you're a Panther fan, you like to see a quick stop here.
It is a jumbo set and a pitch now cutting up the middle, and 4 Panthers able to bring him down after a gain of about 3.5, 4 yards, depending on the spot.
Yeah, I would like to see that replay real quick if we got it. I wanted to show you that offensive line set. Now you can have, as long as you have 7 on the offensive line, it doesn't matter how many you have on the offensive line, as long as it's at least 7. And even if you cover one on the outside, now that just makes them ineligible as a receiver. So when you see only 4 guys back, all 7 of them are right there lined up together. You can even bring a backup if you want on the line of scrimmage.
And it's a similar setup here with a 3 tight end look, and the quarterback trips and falls, and it's going to be a loss of 3 on the play, and thankful that he held on to the football.
Let's see if we have this with Harvey. Watch Harvey Mason, number 37, in the middle of the you'll see him in the middle of the pack. I don't know if we have it. I guess we don't. But anyways, Harvey playing nose guard gets a push, enough push in the middle to where it causes a trip by the center and the quarterback. It could have been one of the guards, but I saw a huge push up the middle by the Panthers. Remember, we were hoping, we didn't see that early on, but now we're starting to see it where the Panthers are getting the pad level low and driving back and driving the linemen back in, and that's what you got to do to stop the run up the middle.
And with the play clock hitting 0, Gonzales is going to be forced to use their final timeout of the half. So 3:17, it is 3rd and long here heading into the break late in this second quarter. We'll be back.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
3:17 remaining in this first half. Still knotted up at 7 apiece as Gonzales looking to make some late quarter magic with no timeouts remaining. It is 3rd and 11 from the 19-yard line. Gonzales yet to complete a forward pass so far in this game. It is likely that they're going to have to take to the air here on 3rd and long. 2 receiver look, 2 tight ends. Zuniga rolls out towards his left. finds pressure and now cuts up to the middle, and a big hit there. And what a monster tackle from the Panthers. It was big Mason Harvey who got the lick on Zuniga.
Wow, when you see
And look
that,
at Harvey. He is fired up, doing his best Cam Scadaboo impression.
that's what it sounded like.
Just a thunderous hit by Mason Harvey. And the Panthers not using a timeout now. They're going to let this one roll. The punting unit is out there for the Apaches. We're now at 10 seconds on the play clock, and they're still not really set. 5 seconds now. There's no timeouts.
Yeah, we needed that quick stop at 3 and out is what.
That's a delayed game. They're
there
at
it is.
zeros, and that's what they call. So Panthers rightfully not using the timeout. They lose 30 seconds there at 2:28, but now the clock is going to stop, and they're going to get better field position as the Apache's going to have to back up 5 yards.
All right, we'll see if we can get our the graphics coordinator to get the. We won't be able to get the play clock going, but we might be able to get something else going here. But I was going to talk about the break.
So rugby-style punt as he rolls out to the right, fielded by Elder just after the 50, and makes a couple people miss, and Elder has room to run. Elder's at the 30, the 20, puts the spin on him, and is finally brought down at the 15-yard line. Emerson Elder, a 32-yard punt return to set the Panthers up in the red zone late in this first half. 2:11 remaining.
Wow. And, I mean, let's see if we've got that. We could play that one back. All right, so here it is. Look at the blocking block there. Another missed tackle, though. Good block up the middle by Lane Black. And then here, turning upfield, turning around, and not going out of bounds, taking it upfield and get another 4 yards. I love that.
Fantastic solo effort, and now it's on the wraparound. Again, the reverse. This time is he in the end zone? The referee just got taken out by B.J. Jones. No signal on the touchdown.
Up.
They're going to say just a yard short, and I think that's the right call.
Yeah, I do too.
But boy, did that ref take a shot.
Well, let's see if I want to see that if we can slow it down at the end, not right at the beginning, but we'll see it at the end here.
And you see B.J. Jones, the safety, come all the way across the field, and he was looking to make the tackle on Zoller.
Right
Instead,
here.
absolutely takes out the
boom.
referee.
Yeah, we have a little zoom issue with our focus issue on our Zoom tonight, but we'll try to. We've been trying to work on it.
But it is 1st and goal from the 1 as he went out of bounds. I don't think that clock is going to stop. I think it's going to run, and we're going to hit that 2-minute warning. Is that correct? No, it's going to stay stopped as he went out of bounds. So here we go. Trotty, untouched.
Oh, yes.
Touchdown, Panthers.
And Dylan Trotty makes it a 6-point lead for this Panthers side as we come forward with the extra point team. And there you see in your top left-hand corner, the wind's back up to about 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, it ebbs and flows. And right before we go to break, we'll see if we can get that flag, the big N up there after the field goal. You'll see it on the crane here as he goes up. Let's see if we can. There it is. Look at the wind and that big old N up there.
That is a heavy flag to be moving like that. So it is 14-7 with under 2 minutes to play. We'll take a break. Coming back from Irwin Lee Field.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great. Participate!
14-7. 1:58 remaining in this first half, and the Panthers have taken the lead once again. Kicking team coming out onto the floor as Hagen Crowell getting ready to pooch this one. All of his kicks so far, fortunate enough to kick 3 in the first half, have landed right about the 25-yard line. And again, the first time they stepped out there, Gonzales received the ball and muffed that punt. So don't think a catch is a sure thing. But the Panthers just looking to hold off about 120 seconds to go into the tunnel. They will receive the ball to start the second half. But this one, a high flyer and fair caught at the 30-yard line. So a very short pooch kick.
Yeah, and it's been it's been a fun game, that's for sure. But almost scoring twice on the same play, that's you love to see that on that basically, reverse, misdirection, reverse, end around, whatever you want to call it. But it is a nicely designed play because so much is focused on Trotty. When you're looking at going to Trotty and then coming back and faking it to him and coming back to the backside, it's just a lovely design play at the right time.
1st and 10, you got to think Zuniga's going to keep this one on the ground. And it's play action, rolling out towards his right. Keeping his eyes downfield. It is intercepted! There's a flag on the field, but it is intercepted by Austin Davidson, the quarterback playing corner. And this one could go either way, Hank.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The way the reaction is, the Panthers aren't staying there, so they may be calling a illegal contact before, and so holding goes against the Panthers. That's 10 yards and a automatic first down. So, oh man, I don't know if we had that on replay. If we can show it before they get set and spot the ball. Let's see if we see it here.
And you're going to have to be looking at the far left side of your screen.
We're going to have to look over here.
10-yard mark off, automatic first down.
And see it. Well, we might just out of the picture, but don't know if he made it on the break. It might have been on the break when that occurred. So
again, it wasn't pass interference. The holding came before the throw, but much further downfield than you're allowed. 1st and 10 from the 41, and it's a free play as there's a man off sides. Pressure coming, pocket collapses, and Zuniga takes off running as he gets past the 50, past the 45, up to the 44-yard line. So it is going to be an offsides penalty, obviously going to be declined by the Apaches.
Right, but when you have another player move, it should have been a stoppage of play. If we have that on replay real quick, even if we have to stop it and cut back in, let's see if we have it here. If you look right here, you'll see a player right here move as he comes over before the ball is snapped. Let's see if we see it right now. He moved just right before the snap, and I would have said you'd stop the ball. I would have rather had them 1st and 5 than get the first down the field.
Instead, it's across the 45, and Zuniga's going to look to take a shot downfield. Pocket collapsing as he climbs up and falls forward for a gain of 1. Again, no timeouts, so the clock's going to continue to run as we hit the 90-second mark.
Yeah, and Gonzales has taken all their timeouts, so they're going to have to start playing the edges a little more. They're going to have to run more bench routes if they're not going to try to run the ball. But you can still run the ball about 2 to 3 times here, but that's about it. You only get about 2 or 3 runs if you're going to stay in bounds.
And you got to think, if Zuniga's going to continue to use his feet, they're probably going to continue to run rollouts for their quarterback to try and get him a little bit mobile. 3-step drop this time around, and again, has to climb the pocket. Zuniga still on his feet. And they're trying to rip the ball from him as they bring him down across the first down marker. It's a 10-yard pickup, but the clock continues to run. And as Chris Berman would say, tick, 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 tick.
First down, Gonzales.
Yeah, well, I would tell you that Panthers are going to have to, I think the Panthers are going to still have to play a little bit bend, but not break. You just don't want to give up the big play. Let them take it down to the last second, even if they're attempting a field goal. I don't care. It's just Do not let them have the easy play. We don't want the easy score. We definitely don't want to give up a touchdown. I'll give up a field goal attempt before I'll give up a touchdown. That's for sure.
You got to think, if you're Gonzales, you're running this drive exactly like you hope. You've already gained 40 yards on this drive. You still have 48 seconds, and you started it with no timeouts. And a timeout is called by the Panthers as they were not set in formation the way that they liked. So we're going to take a quick break as this is the Panthers' first timeout. We'll be back on the Navarro Panther Network. to 7, 48 seconds remaining in this first half. The Panthers still holding on to a one-score lead. Adam Carino here with Hank Dietert on the call as we return from this timeout. 2 timeouts remaining for the Panthers side as they find themselves deep into their own territory on defense.
Yeah, I mean, now the wind again is really picked up. I mean, like, that flag's about to be torn off of that crane up there that they have for homecoming. I mean, wow, that's a big deal. I mean, just to have the crane to come out, man, I mean, like, that's like that's like $1,000 a day having those things.
It feels like football in Texas out here.
I hope that's a Panther Posse sponsor that brought it.
So quarterback change, and they're going to take a shot to the end zone, and is it caught? There's going to be a flag on the play. It's likely going to be pass interference, but there was a quarterback change as Travis Melvo, who has been eating up the Panthers on the ground, takes that shot to the end zone, and a Panther on the ground. He looks to be injured.
Yeah. I think it's Bush that's down, but we'll
And so they're going to say pass interference on the defense was the official call.
So now we have, a big flag. It goes against Panthers. But remember, it's still, even though it happens in the end zone, it's not a spot foul like it is.
15-yard penalty.
15 yards, like you said.
However, only 6 seconds went off the clock there, so still 42 seconds.
And it's a stoppage of the clock as well.
And now they're in the red zone. They're at the 15-yard line, Hank, or just shy of.
So, wow. I'm looking at this as being...
Only 60 seconds has run off this drive.
Yeah, I mean, very efficient drive because they've been able to move the ball quickly, so...
But this is where that discipline really bites you because 3 flags have been the difference maker. There was the defensive holding, the pass interference. Now, there was an offsides that didn't necessarily matter, but it was a broken play that had you scrambling.
Yeah, and we talk about this all the time. It's... with penalties, it's not about basically that it's a penalty in of itself. It's always about the timing. If it happens at the time in which extends a drive, allows for a score, or takes the score away, at that point. And
took a third turnover away on that defensive holding was an interception by Davidson.
Exactly. So those are all about timing and how bad they are.
So Bush was the injured player. He's able to walk off on his own power. Likely to return later. And is it still Melvo at quarterback? It is. He's going to take a shot to the left this time. Has a one-on-one play and great defense.
Yeah, that's a great defense.
By Davidson.
Yeah, we got to...
He was beat. Davidson was beat.
I mean, but good play on the backside. Here's the... and we get the corner of the speaker because of where we're situated at.
Look at the form by Melvo on that throw.
Yeah, Davidson playing the defender on that one.
So again, only a few seconds taken off the clock. It's 2nd and 10, 36 seconds remaining. Gonzales still with no timeouts. Now we're going to have a flag on the play. This one's going to go against the offense. Illegal substitution.
Called against Gonzales.
And the Panthers defense clapping it up. So finally, a penalty called against the offense, and the defense gets a small but very needed break.
Yeah, with it being at a point where you get down inside a certain point, that 10-second runoff rule comes into play too. So,
well, Zuniga's back in at quarterback. I don't think we're going to see a shot to the end zone this time around.
Right.
They're going to line up in a shotgun formation. Trips left, one receiver out right by himself. And Panthers coming out playing zone. Zuniga rolls to his left. Pressure coming. Lets this one fly and overthrows this one. He had a receiver he was looking for, and I believe that was Clack the third.
Yeah, but Zuniga under duress the whole time. Let's see if we got that on replay.
I think there was 3 defenders in his face at the time he was able to release this football, all coming off that left-hand side. Look at that.
Yeah, all of them there. Might have got that on the end zone view.
30 seconds remaining, 3rd and 15. After the penalty, the Gonzales Apaches knocked out of the red zone.
3rd and 15.
It's Melvo at quarterback. This is likely a shot to the end zone. Rolls out towards his right. Has pressure and just lets it fly, and it's intercepted! The Panthers come away with it, and who else but Emerson Elder, his second pick of the night for number 2.
Wow. Here it is on replay. Look right over here. Yeah, right here. Wow. What a big play. It's like, we'll do a little dance on that one too.
First down,
there you go.
14.
The 3rd turnover forced by that Panther defense, and they surely are dancing out there. Just going to take a knee, and that should send us into halftime. So the Panthers escape that drive and will go into the halftime locker room with a narrow 7-point lead, 14-7 here at Irwin Lee Field on homecoming night. When we come back, we are going to bring you a little bit of the halftime report, followed by this homecoming ceremony. You're not going to want to miss it.
Yeah, they'll have the Gonzales band first, and then we'll come back to that. So
we'll be back here on the Navarro Panther Network. Don't go anywhere.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life. This is my time. Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started. This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Find your place in space. This is my time. Space for All.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You say I did?
Yeah!
Come on!
What's up?
Captain, Brianna.
Lee Field.
Social Committee, President, Genesis Banda.
It is 14-7 here as we go into halftime in Geronimo, Texas. And the story of the first half was defense, defense, defense. And Hank, I don't say that 3 times just for fun. The defense came up with 3 crucial turnovers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The turnovers at the right time, too, as we're watching the Gonzales band right now. So, I mean, when we play defense, it has to be team defense, right? I mean, everything's about team in football and volleyball. And, I mean, almost any team sport, you say, hey, it's all about team. But the issue is, are you going to be able to work together as a team? Are you going to be able to have all these pieces of the puzzle put together at the right time? And we're seeing that tonight. We're seeing that puzzle being put together in front of our eyes against a very good. Whoa. Whoa.
Well, if you weren't awake, I hope you are now.
Speakers are like booming, and we're right next to them, like, I mean, literally next to them, right?
Well, Hank, we talked about the defense on the Navarro side, but let's look at the Gonzales Apache side, right? Have had 3 turnovers in offense. You still only find yourself down 7 points, so by no means are you out of this game, but you definitely need some talking to from your head coach at that halftime locker room.
Yeah, I think they can hear enough through our mics that I don't have to worry about crowd mic. Hey, but nice shot by the sideline cam there as they get all the young ladies from Gonzales' dance team. But we might as well just sit back and listen, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, Hank. I think I'm getting every other word that you're saying. I can barely hear you. So let's just go ahead and listen to the sights and sounds of this Apache band.
Yeah, Adam.
Like a Friday night in Austin, Texas.
That was like, hey, being out. I mean, I hadn't been out in a club since I was back in law school back in the day in the 90s.
5 years ago?
Back in the 90s, man, you know, and so we were like, you know, that was like, that's what it reminded us. Like, you feel where the floor is vibrating from the bass and everything else. So like,
we can say one thing is that the sound system out here in Geronimo, Texas is something to revel in.
You could probably
awesome.
You could probably hear it all the way to Gonzales, right?
Can you imagine having somebody out in the farmland going, what the heck is that?
All the way to Gonzales itself, I was saying, you know, like, hey, we're putting it that loud.
Tonight, the Apache Band will perform their 2025
we'll see a little bit of the band out here for Gonzales as well. So we'll kind of come in and out here and there. How about
Absolutely.
that,
We'll let them go ahead and start things off while they're getting settled.
But go ahead.
Let's talk a little bit about this game. And we got to give support to not just the Panther crowd listening, but the Apache crowd who is joining in on this Panther Network broadcast. We appreciate you watching, and we hope you enjoy what's going on. And that's why we want to give you your due diligence of seeing your kids out there on the band floor as well. But Hank, this game has been something incredible. Even with the win, both teams have found a way to move the ball on offense and make this one difficult for each other.
Right. And the Panthers in such a position that this is a must-win, no matter what. They have to win this game. If they don't, there's a possibility that they're out of the playoffs. And a good possibility, because right now they're not even guaranteed. Even if they win, they're in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
So,
and on the flip side, for Gonzales, you win today, and you're basically guaranteed a spot in that top 4 at 6-1 with maybe 2 games left. Both of them are going to be district games.
They'll be 3-0 if they win here tonight.
Absolutely. So a lot to play for both stakes. Gonzales really wants to wrap it up here, but Navarro's not going to go down without a fight, and they're showing you tonight on the scoreboard.
Oh, yeah. I mean, now with Gerald's beating Wimberley 28-21, so Wimberley's still fighting it.
Wow, that's at halftime?
That's
wow.
It's just about halftime there. And then Smithville obviously losing to Lago Vista, or Smithville, but Gonzales here, this is the sad part, is when Gonzales we have to win tonight for Navarro, but we have to actually root for Gonzales to lose. They have to. We're hoping they lose Gerald, Wimberley, and Salado. So if they lose those 3 games, then we're in the playoffs.
Well, is
for
there
the
an
most part.
opportunity where Gonzales could win out after this game, but Wimberley drop enough games to where we could jump Wimberley and get in at the 4th spot?
That to me is a slight possibility, but because I think Wimberley's good enough, they'll win a game here or there. Lago Vista, we have to root for them to lose their games too. So that's what it comes. I hate to say that because I
want to
hate
control your own destiny,
right. And that's what it is. Navarro needs help. So if we win tonight, then we have to rely on other teams to do their job. So we'll go ahead and get Scott Kibbe to come in here in just a moment, and we're going to turn up the crowd mic here in just a moment. And we'll bring Scott on board. All right, Scott. We got Scott Kibbe here from the Seguin Gazette. And Scott, can you hear us okay on your headset?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Yeah, we may have to have you just a little closer on your. Let's see if I get this right here. All right.
So worst case scenario, you can just yell at us.
Yeah,
why not?
There you go. You're coming in loud and clear now. Lima Charlie.
All right, good deal. All right, well, stats for this first half: Gonzales 9 first downs, 21 rushes for 127 yards, 0 passing yards on 0 out of 6 attempts, 2 interceptions, both by Emerson Elder, 1 punt for 37 yards, 2 fumbles, lost 1. 5 penalties for 25 yards. Leading rusher Malvo 8 for 68. Zuniga 6 for 25. Ramirez 3 for 24 and a touchdown. For the Panthers, 7 first downs, 16 rushes for 91 yards, 34 passing yards on 3 out of 5 attempts, no interceptions. 1 punt, 39 yards. They did not fumble. 6 penalties, 55 yards. That's high. That's definitely high for the Panthers this year.
Most of those coming in that last drive.
Yeah, a lot in that last drive, and I got issues. This game's being officiated right now. 38 return yards. Trotty, 13 carries, 55 yards. Of course, went over 1,000 early in the game and a touchdown. Zeller, 2 for 30, the same play. Almost scored twice, but did that 1 touchdown. Rodriguez has 2 catches for 22 yards, and Elder 1 for 12.
So when you break it down like that, both teams are almost a mirror image of each other in terms of stats. Going down to the leading rusher, the number of yards, number of first downs, the difference really being the yards gained on that last drive by Gonzales, but it's the turnovers that have been the real difference maker.
That even it out. I think the turnovers and the penalties, because I think that 2 series for the Panthers got blown up by holding penalties. If it's not for that defensive holding penalty on that last series, maybe the Panthers get the ball back.
Right, that would have been an interception on that same play.
Yes, and it's great that they stopped them, but you just think, boy, if we could have gotten one more. But that's been the issue, and I think the interesting thing with the Panthers, they have not led by 2 scores in a game since Floresville. Remember Canyon Lake when they could almost get up 2 scores and just couldn't quite get there, and that cost them the game. So they're not there yet, but they get the ball first in the second half. It would be so huge for them to be able to get that. They actually have a real lead to defend, which they've just not had.
Well, and we've said one of the key factors of the game, as it is every game, is to start quickly. That doesn't just go for the first quarter. It starts with the start of the second half as well, because if you can go up, like you said, by 2 scores on this opening drive of this third quarter, you set yourself up in a good position. Whereas if you go 3 and out, you give momentum back to the Apaches in an offense that has shown can't move the ball downfield.
Yeah, you need to keep the ball. You need to keep something positive happening. The thing, Gonzales is not playing well tonight. I think they're off. I think they would tell you this is not their best night, and you got to take advantage of that. They're planning to go to the locker room, regroup, come out different. That's why it's so key to just drive right down and build that lead.
Yeah, but you got to give credit to that Navarro defense, because the reason why they're uncomfortable, they're not doing what they want, is because I think a lot to do with the Panthers' linebacking crew has done a phenomenal job Barry was the one, I believe, that caused that fumble. As he came in there, I mean, he just laid a hit, and he hit right on the ball. That ball comes loose, and we saw it on the replay. And ever since, I was talking about their ability to go downhill. I mean, they scrape, and they hit the hole, they go fill the hole. I mean, but they're going downhill. Only a couple of times that we talked about in a situation where they looked like they had to run laterally because the outside was not contained and they had to play catch up. But other than that, I thought we did good.
I think they have. I think I think the pass coverage has been really good too. They've got some explosive receivers. They've been on them, had a couple of calls going against them, but I think that's been the key is that they're not giving the quarterback a lot of options when he's back in the pocket.
Well, thank you, Scott. I mean, nice stats. I mean, what I mean by that, I mean that Gonzales hasn't had a ton of yardage. I mean, but neither has really the Panthers have good yardage, but not a ton, and we're doing what we need to do, but I think our defense is, believe it or not, I thought it would be, a little more of a shootout as far as scoring. I was agreeing with Adam and with when he talked earlier, but the defense has really settled in, but our offense is not getting it going. They're missing some of the miscues on the penalties, those sorts of things. And Gonzales had those miscues as well. And, when we look back at the penalty yards and such, but I still think that it's going to be the offense, and it may not be like a shootout, but it may end up being whoever is the last one with the ball.
I think both coaches go in the locker room telling their offenses, we've only stopped ourselves. They've not stopped us.
Right, exactly.
So we just got to eliminate those mistakes, and it's a different second half. And, yeah, I agree. I think there's probably more scoring in the second half.
Well, and that's a good point, Scott, because if you really look at the bones of it all, each offense has really had one drive where they weren't able to move the ball. It was the opening drive for the Apaches, and it was somewhere at the beginning of the second quarter for Navarro whenever they got that holding penalty after they created that turnover deep in the enemy territory. Yeah. Outside of that, both teams have been moving the ball.
Yeah, Gonzales did have the one series where the quarterback tripped back there that set up the second touchdown, the Emerson Elder return. But yeah, they're an offense that needs to not get behind the sticks. When they do, and they're in an obvious passing situation, it's very difficult for them. So that's what you got to do if you're the Panthers. Is just Coach Hill talks a lot about explosive plays, limiting the explosive plays. They've done that so far tonight. Got to continue.
Well, and I think one thing that the Apaches have done that if I'm the coach, I'm telling my defense to look out for it, is pay attention to who's at quarterback. Because if Melvo comes in at quarterback, they're taking a deep shot because he's shown he's got a quick release, and he's got a little bit of a cannon there. Now, if Zuniga's in there, you might want to have a little bit of a spy on him because he's probably going to try and run out or just try and make something happen on his own with his legs. He's their second leading rusher here. But they're playing a dual system quarterback look, and it's very telling about what they're going to do if you see number 12 under center.
Yeah, and he's got. I mean, there's speed out there at wideout if they can get it to him. So I'm sure they're going to be looking for that more in the second half.
All right. Well, Scott, thanks for joining us. We'll let you get back to enjoy the now homecoming festivities, and we may turn most of it over to the PA and let the director of the Student Broadcast Club kind of show us some of the beautiful pomp and circumstance of homecoming court tonight.
That was great. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Scott. Remember, you can catch Scott on the Seguin Gazette or the Facebook.
I'd like to welcome you
make sure to give a big like to Scott Kibbe, as he has been a staple for Navarro for many, many years. So we may turn up the
we begin our homecoming festivities,
and we'll get the wind out of our ears and let y'all enjoy this as well.
We appreciate your cooperation in this matter. Now, if you would give a warm welcome to the Pride of Navarro, the award-winning Panther Marching Band. The Navarro High School Student Council presents the 2025 Homecoming Court. We begin with the freshman class favorites, Al Hepp and Patrick Love II. Elle is the 15-year-old daughter of Brett and Tandy Hepp. Patrick is the 14-year-old son of Patrick and Sheena Love. Sophomore class favorites are Izzy Sapien McGuire and Copeland Kotzer. Izzy is the 15-year-old daughter of Joseph and Kian Aguirre. Copeland is the 15-year-old son of Chris and Amanda Katzer. Junior class favorites are Mallory Velasquez and Tyler Risky. Mallory is the 16-year-old daughter of Emilio and Andrea Velasquez. Tyler is the 17-year-old son of Walt and Mandy Risky. Peyton is the 17-year-old daughter of James and Lisa Person. Peyton is a uniform captain and section leader in the band. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Choir Club, UIL Academics, and the Interact Club. After high school, Peyton plans to attend college for a bachelor's degree in kinesiology to become an athletic trainer. Hudson is the 17-year-old son of James and Mandy Jenner. Hudson is a viable player on the Navarro varsity football team. He is also a member of the Academic Advisory Club, Athletic Advisory member, National Honor Society, Psychology Club, and Student Council. After high school, Hudson plans on attending college and majoring in biology. The second nominees are Journey Martin and Austin Davidson. Journey is the 18-year-old daughter of Christine Hartwick. Journey is a viable member of the Navarro varsity basketball team. After high school, Journey plans to attend Texas State, where she will study interior design. Austin is the 18-year-old son of Sonny and Megan Davidson. Austin is the quarterback for the Navarro varsity football team. He plays on the Navarro varsity baseball team as a member of the National Honor Society. After high school, Austin plans on attending college to play baseball and study kinesiology. Our third nominees are Presley Larson and Luke Vogel. Presley is the 17-year-old daughter of Chris and Chelsea Larson. Presley is the co-captain of the varsity cheerleading team. She also plays on the Navarro varsity basketball team. She is a member of the Spanish Club, Student Council, Vice President of the senior class, and Vice President of the National Honor Society. After high school, Presley plans on attending college to pursue a degree in education. Luke is the 17-year-old son of Jennifer Vogel. Luke is a viable member of the Navarro varsity football team. He is also a member of the varsity baseball team. After high school, Luke plans to attend a fire academy to become a firefighter. The final nominees are Kylie Whitlow and Braddock Golini. Kylie is a 17-year-old daughter of Mikey and Carrie Whitlow. Kylie is the Navarro varsity tennis captain, a district MVP and quarterfinalist. She is the president of the National Honor Society, the chairman of Exceptional Athletes, a member of the Superintendent Scholars, and an athletic advisory member. Kylie has already been accepted to Texas A&M as an animal science major. She also plans on applying for veterinarian school. Braddock is the 18-year-old son of Jared and Natasha Galini. Braddock is a viable member of the Navarro varsity football team. He is also an area track star. After high school, Braddock plans to become a millionaire by the age of 29. At this time, we would like to welcome back our 2024 Homecoming King, Craig Hyman, and Homecoming Queen, Dakota Hess, to help crown our new course. And now, your 2025 Dukes and Duchesses are Austin Davidson and Kylie Whitlow, Luke Vogel and Peyton Person, now Luke Vogel and Peyton Person. The 2025 Prince and Princesses are Hudson Jenner and Presley Larson. And your 2025 Homecoming King and Queen are Braddock Galini and Journey Martin.
We see it on the main camera.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. This is your 2025 Homecoming King, Queen, Prince, Princess, Dukes, and Duchesses.
Wow, congratulations there, huh? How about it, Adam? I thought we'd just kind of go ahead and as they announce them.
Also, thank you to our Panther Band. Good luck, Panther Band, tomorrow at Regionals. It's at 5:30 at Hero Stadium.
I know, I have it up a little bit louder.
He's going to win that fight.
But I just had to come in and say congratulations to Braddock Galini and the young lady there. And this is always fun to be a part of this beautiful pageantry called Homecoming, as you see. And nice job by the students. The students are all running the cameras. They're running all the equipment tonight. All we're doing is up here mouthpieces, pretty much.
And you know what? They're doing it a good job of leading themselves, right? Because although you're trying to help guide, I mean, you're calling a game, Hank. It's hard. It's hard for you to direct. Shout out to the students for being able to work on their own on this one, because y'all are doing a heck of a job out there.
Right. Just a big shout out to Navarro Broadcast Club. If we have a way of getting the QR code up there, we'll do that. But here comes the Panthers and the Panther Band. We'll get that up here with the wind.
I have in front of me the first half stats as prepared by Scott Kibbe, special correspondent for the Seguin Gazette. You can read Scott's story about tonight's game.
Yeah, we went over those already. So. All right, so it's turned down the PA guy, Steve Schieneman. Steve Schieneman's been doing it many years, over 30 years as well. I think he's closer to 40, if I'm not mistaken. So, I've only been doing this for about 10 years or so, close to 10.
Doing a great job for 10 years.
Thank you for
evolution.
that.
We started with radio, Hank.
Yeah, and we're doing it. Here comes the Panthers right now. Speaking of Panthers, real quick, we have Troy Wyatt, the senior, wears number 82. They got a little bio on him. They asked some questions for me, and had the coach had him filled out. He's a wide receiver and safety. His favorite athlete is Demarius Thomas. Believe this, I have not heard this in forever. Favorite home-cooked meal, split pea soup.
Wow.
Oh, wow. And his favorite spirit animal, squirrel. You know, and then favorite food, Burger King for fast food, and then plans after high school, and a fellow brother serviceman and a brother in arms. He's going to be in the military. He didn't say which branch, but I'm hoping it's Army. That's my branch there. And he's just, his favorite saying, I'm just happy to be here. Well, you got to live life like that, that's for sure. And his favorite motivational quote is, the meaning of life is to give life meaning. Oh, that's deep.
Well, you know what? And I wonder if they filled these out together, because Benjamin Langstaff has almost the exact same thought process there.
Oh, well, let's hear what Benjamin had to say.
I mean, same thing, right? Benjamin's a wide receiver safety out there on the field, playing number 33 and 32, depending on the day, right? But his favorite athlete, again, Demarius Thomas, somebody great to look up to. Favorite home-cooked meal, though, and I think every Texan can agree, a nice cooked steak.
Oh, yeah,
his
that's
favorite
my
saying,
favorite.
I just work here.
I just work here.
I don't know, man. I just work here. But favorite motivational quote there as we begin this second half with the Panthers getting across the 30-yard line on the return. Favorite motivational quote, don't count the days, make the days count.
Oh, that's another deep one. I like that.
Ali.
Yeah. And so with that, after that kickoff, we go to he's three things unique about him. And this is talking about Troy Wyatt. I've got 6 siblings. Man, I haven't heard that too often. There's our fan cam right there. And
Panthers at their own 33.
And he likes to travel. And see if you could tell me what that is.
I cannot.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't. Here we go. Davidson on first down, handing this one off to Trotty.
Oh.
Nowhere to go. The ball is on the ground. Trotty took a shot.
Yeah, I think his forward progress was stopped because they mark him at least getting 2 yards on the play. So
I wonder if the ball fell forward and recovered. And that's exactly what it was. Fumble recovered because Trotty took a shot right at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to have to come catch his breath.
2 2nd and 8.
Is he the diamond one? That's what I'm thinking for Troy Wyatt. But that's Troy Wyatt for you.
And Bang Landstaff, his 3 unique facts: he plays guitar, he plays chess, he's done 3 different types of martial arts. So look out. Langstaff might give you the grand staff.
There's our fan cam, getting the fans right up close. We got the drum line going, so everything's popping right now.
Bobble snap, handed off still. Good job by Davidson to recover that. Going right up the middle, but nowhere to go. Trotty coming back onto the sideline, but it was number 4, Caden Chambers, who handled the rock on that one. So picked up a couple yards there. It's going to be 3rd and manageable, but it's about 6 yards to go. As gain of 2 on 1st and 2nd down for the Panthers, and had all the momentum coming out of the locker room. Don't want to go 3 and out here. Davidson in the pistol. 4 receiver look. Play action, and hands this one off. And they're going to call false start, and I think this is going to go against Dylan Trotty. I saw it. I didn't want to say anything.
Let's see if we have that on replay. Look, there's fan cam again. We'll go to, here's the replay. And, we just missed it.
Couldn't quite see it there, but that's what they say is false start. It's going to go against number 5.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
And I think that was just the delayed in the center getting the ball out. I think Trotty was trying to move at the same time as the snap. And then you got a good shot of the drum line there. But it's 3rd and 11 now instead of 3rd and 6. Clock continues to tick, but we're still in the opening 2 minutes of this third quarter. Empty backfield, 5 receiver set for Davidson. Takes a shot. He's got one-on-one defense, and it's in the hands of the defender.
Yeah, he actually made a better play on the ball than Galini did at that time.
And I think Galini didn't know where the ball was going to fall.
There's the student section. A lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah, I see some alumni in there as well. It's like some bearded wonders out there.
So, to start the third quarter, the Panthers are going to go 3 and out.
I don't see any class of 1983 there. I mean, they must be on
They're
the
on
old
the
folks
other side.
Oh, yeah, the old folks side, right?
The alumni side.
The side where they have nice cushy seats that they brought with them.
Again, punting into the wind, end-over-end kick. This one is going to take a fantastic bounce as it's still rolling, this time inside the 5-yard line as it is fielded at the 24. So it's going to go down as about a 45-yard punt, most of that going end-over-end.
Yeah, what a nice, fun. Hopefully, don't get motion sickness there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, but that's kind of the way the fan cam kind of works. You know, it's like hey, look all over the place. We get all the wild and crazy students that are here at Navarro enjoying homecoming.
First down, Gonzales at their own 24.
And here we go. 1st and 10 for the Apaches. Zuniga hands this one off, trying to go up the gap and nowhere to run, but able to fall forward. A pickup of about 3.
Number 12, Travis Malvo the third. Stopped by 24, Colin Geipel.
Woo! Got the cheerleaders going. Now the Panthers defense has to, hey, I still think, you win that first down by not giving them more than 3 yards, but you got to tighten up here.
There we go, 2nd down again, handing this one off and wrapped up and brought down by a posse of Panthers. First one on the scene, though, was Braddock Galini, your homecoming king.
Yeah, it's going to bring up a 3rd down here. 3rd down and about, what do you say, 3
yards to go.
Not quite 4, but 3 yards coming up. So big 3rd down play here. And, we've seen Zuniga take off and run with the ball in these kind of situations. And I would suspect Zuniga with the ball. Watch them go out in the spread. They have done this on 3rd downs quite often, but they're not here. So they made a liar out of me.
So Zuniga under center, and it is a jumbo package there in the offset eye. Again, the handoff, and again, Braddock Galini is going to get there in the backfield. Nowhere to run but backwards.
Oh, my goodness. Let's see if we got that on replay.
Now, they gave them forward progress at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I don't think he got back to it. Let's check
see
here.
it. We'll
Needed
see
to
best.
get to the 31. And I think Galini got in the backfield.
Let's see right here. Watch number 22. Yeah, you'll see number 22 come straight in, shoot the gap.
He barely got to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think he got it.
Either way, the punting unit coming on for the first time, or second time, I should say, for this Apache side, and it's a high-flying punt. Nice hands by Trotty, and he makes a player miss, gets a block. Trotty looking for the room on the outside and ran 12 yards, only to go about a yard forward.
Yeah, and like you said, nice hands. He caught that probably at his ankles, with the fingertips, down low. And I thought, ooh, whoa, howdy. Well, we'll keep it right here as now the Panthers are set up with their 2nd series. They went 3 and out. Now, Adam, we were talking about maybe a shootout, but, man, maybe the opposite happens. The defenses are both tightening down. But the Panthers, I think, are going to have to mix it up again a little bit more than just go to Trotty.
Well, we said both of these teams have basically mirrored each other, and exactly that happened on each opening drive, a 3 and out. Here comes Davidson and Trotty. Trotty stiff arms a player, had met with the Hydra. You take out one, here comes 2 more heads coming at you.
Well, he got a good 2 yards on it. I mean, forward progress. Still behind the chains if you don't get that 3.5 yards or so. So now, like I said, I think the Panthers in a position they're going to have to start mixing it up a little bit. I think Gonzales' defense is really clamped down and able to read the plays well, and they have adjusted to those plays very well.
Staying in the pistol. Rolling out towards the right is Davidson. A little boot to his tight end and rolling out of bounds. That was Evan Rodriguez on the pitch and catch.
Yeah.
And that's good
Pass
for a first down.
number 0, Evan Rodriguez.
10-yard pickup by Rodriguez.
And I love that waggle. You run a little waggle out there. Or some people call it drag route or what have you. But as he comes out, the receiver comes out. He's not looking to go anything but right at the first down marker, the line to gain, and that's exactly what the Panthers did there. Take what they give you.
One receiver for Davidson as he gets the audible from the sideline. 10 seconds on the play clock. 7 seconds now. Calling out the blocks on the line of scrimmage, Davidson hands this one off, and it's Trotty. Trotty is pulled down by his jersey, but not before picking up 6 yards on the carry.
By
It's going
Trotty
to
on
be
the carry.
2nd and 4 for the Panthers.
Good job by the
Tackle by number 44, Bryce Ellaby.
the receiving
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
core blocking. Not only the offensive line, but watch that receiving core as this game develops. If they make their blocks, this is going to be huge. They get that outside, and they'll be able to turn the corner there.
2nd and short. Only Trotty in the background for the pistol, and Trotty's going to get his number called. He gets the first down and fights forward for another yard.
Oh, wow. That was one of these.
5, Trotty on the carry, picks up the first down. Tackle by
He had
number
to
10,
steamroll
Christian
his
Garrett.
way with the steam locomotive to get up the gut there. Good job by Trotty.
So that is the 2nd first down of this drive for the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, it's always hard for us to pick a player of the game, right? Because it's like we can always we only have to flip a coin most of the time because it's only between like 2 players as much as they run the ball.
Trotty again and looking for a gap, doesn't find one, but lucky enough to pick up a yard. A good
By
patience
Trotty, the
there
ball
by
carrier.
Trotty. Not
Stop
just
by number
throwing his
60,
helmet
Gary
to the
Lewis
back of
III.
one of his linemen, trying to be patient and find the open gap, although that was great defense from
Gain
that
of 2,
Gonzales
2nd and 8.
Apache side. So here we go, clock continuing to run. It's 5:30 remaining in this 3rd quarter as this is just ticking away. Both teams have kept the ball on the ground. 2nd and 8. Hands this one off, and it's Trotty again. This time finds one block, lowers his shoulder, and rolls over a defender. He got hit at the 29-yard line and fell forward for about 2 more yards. Got hit at the 31. Got down to about the 29.
He got down to the 29, and
taken down by number 16, James Sanchez.
If you can get this 3rd and 1, I mean, this is one of those situations where you have 2 downs to make one. Do you just go ahead and get the first, or is this a point where you maybe take a little bit of shot, get that 15 yards or more on this, because you could catch him off guard? Look how many he's in the box.
3rd and short. Trotty's got room, spins off of a tackler, and again is brought down by his jersey. So, I mean, the defenders are doing anything they can to get Trotty down. Anything legal, of course. They're not doing any horse collar or anything like that, but a good job of just...
I don't know if we could run a quick replay here. If we could run a replay of that last play, watch the flow of the defense here. Watch the flow. See, the defense flows over, and good push. Is that Galini? Galini makes a huge block on that play.
Quick handoff, and it's Trotty again going up the middle, and Trotty takes a shot at the end there, but is able to again pick up about 6 yards, and a very late flag thrown in the secondary.
5, Trotty on the carry. Penalty flag on the play.
I wonder, that's one of those odd flags where you don't know if that's a hold. Yeah, so he's already pointing against the linesman is. They're pointing that it's against, it might be an illegal form. No, illegal? No. Hit to the head by the defense.
Wow.
That goes against Gonzales. Good job of getting the white hat over there.
Now, we did say that there was a shot taken at the end.
Now,
Trotty was held up by another defender, and a couple of them came late. Not to say that it was a late hit. It was very legal. The whistle hadn't been blown. But, again, you got to be mindful about where you're throwing your body in defense.
You're exactly right. And you might be trying to do a swim move, where the defender takes that inside hand, pushes him out, and comes over. We call it a swim move. And, if you bring that up the wrong way and you come up and hit in the head, they're going to call it. So you got to be careful with that. Man, I see the lights for the new baseball and softball complex that's being built all the way from up here.
It looks like it's going to be a nice one.
Poor Adams has to look through the speakers.
First and goal inside the 10 at the 8. Trotty gets a block, and Dylan Trotty muscles his way into the end zone. His second touchdown of the night. And the Panthers go up by 2 scores for the first time.
Yeah. 2 scores since Forestville. Let's see if we have that real quick before we get to the extra point. And watch again the blocking and the push. It's a down block, not necessarily just watch some of the blocks here. Right just there. Beautiful. Boom. Is that, that's Lane Black making a huge block. No, yeah, that is. 68 is one of them. And then look at Trotty. Unbelievable.
And then Isidro Rocha as well, also getting that late block into the secondary. And those are your fullbacks getting all the way into the second and third level as the extra point attempt.
Ooh, did it.
It's good. A lot of hype. And that's where that win factor comes in. But able to split the sticks. It's 21-7 here on homecoming night at Irwin Lee Field. Navarro leading Gonzales. We'll be back after this.
It's time to help our neighbors in the Texas Hill Country. This is Dennis Quaid. Would you please contribute to the local relief effort through the Kirk County Flood Relief Fund at communityfoundation.net? Thanks.
So coming back to the field, it is 3:35 remaining in this third quarter. It is a 14-point lead, 21-7, as Navarro all smiles on their sideline right now.
Yeah, I'm over here dancing with them.
No reason to not.
The little hamster
Get on
dance.
your feet, people.
All right. Adam, this is one of those fun nights so far. We get up by those 2 scores, but Gonzales, by coming back quickly, they could come back rather quickly. If they have a quick score, then it takes it back down to that single score, and then you're always like, is the defense going to keep doing the job they've been doing tonight?
And I think the defense for the Panthers side has done a great job of stuffing the middle. They're not allowing too much to go up between those A and B gaps, maybe giving up about 3 yards or so, but really where the trouble is coming in is the speed of those running backs on the Apache side when they do outside tosses or outside handoffs. They do a good job of blocking. You got to give credit to the Apaches because their outside blocking is 100% there. So got to be mindful of those outside runs on this drive, because Gonzales is going to give you everything they got before they fall too far behind. And now after the penalty kicking from the 40-yard line, fielded at the 5 and brought down inside the 15. And that is a fantastic special teams tackle from a special player, Riley Blevins.
Yeah. Give him the big
by
yeehaw.
Number 3, Davian Pitts. He's taken down by number 7, Riley Blevins.
Trying to get my phone to give me updates on the scores, and just cannot seem to get it to come up. 32-7 is what I still had from that, but I think my phone's slow.
First down,
you hear the student section yelling out chants for Riley Blevins down there, and that's what you love to hear from your student section. So here we go, under center. Halfback toss going out to the right-hand side, wrapped up and brought down. Only a pickup of 1 on the play. That is fantastic defense.
12,
yeah, we saw a great angle there, wrapped off from the sideline, and how that play developed. Good job by the Navarro Broadcast Club here. Make sure we got the little code right there. The little
right-hand
code.
side of your screen.
You can that QR code. You can take your phone, and then get the scan on it, and it'll come up, and you go in and donate to the Navarro Broadcast Club for these students.
Zuniga under center. Hands this one off to the left-hand side. He's got space to run. puts the brakes and now tries to stiff arm, and that stiff arm looked like a punch. The Navarro crowd is not happy about it, but Clack the third had nothing but open space on that trick.
Elder had something to say about it as well, and Elder was not taking it, and he kept coming, taking the punches.
It's the way the stiff arm came, because you see in the NFL, you see some of those guys just throw a quick jab to the back of the helmet. That's what you tried to get here, not your traditional just stiff arm Heisman off the chest.
Exactly.
I didn't mean to push you there, Hank.
No, that's okay.
I talk with my hands.
You notice just my upper body moved just slightly,
It goes to say I'm that strong. There's Zuniga one more time. 3-step drop this time. Takes a shot to the left-hand side of the field and nearly caught, and there's going to be a flag on the plays. This one's going to get called on Davidson. Did not get his head turned around.
Let's see if we have that on replay on the main camera.
There's Damian Hunt, the intended receiver, and you'll take a look right here at the bottom of your screen. Hunt just has that speed. Ball's a little underthrown.
Yeah, and it was just a little hands game. I don't think it was a lot of actual pushing because he was falling backwards already.
Exactly. It was just the fact that it was slightly underthrown, and Davidson did not get his head around.
Yeah, to make a play on the ball.
Tough to ask on that one.
If you're actually making contact, you don't have to turn around as long as you don't make contact. That's the rule, as they made sure to emphasize that this year as well. That no, you don't have to absolutely turn around, but if you're not going for the ball, you can't make contact either while the ball's up in the air. So that's kind of what we're talking about.
15-yard mark off, automatic first down.
So after the penalty, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Clock is stopped at 2:39 in this third quarter.
Yeah, same score for Wimberley and Gerald. Gerald up 28-21 over Wimberley in the third quarter with 7 minutes left.
And no flag here as Navarro was, I thought, offside. Instead, it's going to be a rush forward for about 7 yards. So even if there was a flag, you're going to go ahead and deny it if you're the Apaches.
I don't know. You might want to take a 1st and 5 over at 2nd and 3. I mean, that's almost even.
You're right. You're right.
But our
second down and 3.
And the other game of the night in district, Lago Vista and Smithfield Tigers. Lago Vista winning at halftime 40-7.
Oh, wow. Second and short here, Zuniga keeps it himself and has the option, decided not to pitch it, kept it, dove forward, and great QB read there to not pitch that ball.
Zuniga on the quarterback keeper.
Yeah.
That is your traditional option of old. Normally when we talk options, it's an RPO these days. It's a run pass.
Taken down by number 68, Lane Black.
It's not a triple option because there wasn't two targets there, but it is your speed option is what it's called.
Yeah, I mean, it's a quick or speed option. But if you run it out of the eye, look at the stack eye now.
Hand it off to the fullback. This time they faked the pitch out there to Clack third. Instead, going right up the middle. And wow, a good gain.
And off went to number 4, Keith White.
Yeah, it's...
and on a stop, number 54, Eli Melton.
It's an unusual formation. The wind's kicking up again, obviously. But it's an unusual formation to see a stack eye. When we say stack eye, they're all 3 backs are stacked behind the quarterback. So it's really 4 backs stacked together if you count the quarterback.
Especially since he is a dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
So Zuniga again under center, this time only 2 in the I formation behind him. Handing this one off and looking for a gap, doesn't find it, instead finds a Panther at the line of scrimmage.
Luke Vogel
to number 12,
scrapes well, fills the hole, runs downhill, makes the stop, textbook tackle. That's all you could ask for.
Melvo on the rush there, didn't get anything.
35.
So let's see if Gonzales decides to run a play. There's 22 on the play clock. At the time, 21. There's about a second difference with the play clock having an extra. So they don't have to run a play. They can let this go into the end of the quarter.
Well,
you got 10 seconds now.
They got the wind. Do you take a shot down the field?
Because you're not about to have the wind going forward. They're going to pitch it, and it's wrapped up in the backfield. No, still breaking tackles, losing more yardage, and it's brought down behind the 45-yard line. A huge loss of about 8 yards.
Number 5, Dylan Trotty.
And that'll do it for 3 quarters of play. Going into the final 12 minutes.
That defense is playing like a storm.
Let's see what they can give you in the fourth quarter. It's 21-7, the Panthers winning against the Apaches. We'll be back after this short break here on the Panther Network.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
So here we go. Back to the fourth quarter of play. 12 minutes left. And it is a two-score game. Hank, this has been some fun football for the first three quarters. I doubt that the fourth quarter is going to be any different. It has been very defensive thus far. Only one score in that third quarter.
Right. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's what we didn't think was going to happen. How about that?
Absolutely.
I thought it might have been the offense is geared up and go.
Here's a good point, Hank. You said on third down they should have taken a shot down the field while they had the wind. Now they're coming out, and instead of having the punt into the wind, they're going to go for it on 4th and 12. Zuniga under center. Play action. Zuniga. Flag is thrown, and he's wrapped up and brought down and nowhere close. It's going to be a holding penalty that is likely going to be declined. The coaches are already saying no. The second turnover on downs forced by this defense. 37's letting you know.
Holding that goes against Gonzales. It's declined. Panthers make a huge stop. And I was yelling at I wasn't yelling. I was pointing because the defensive end that comes up, he's trying to pull away from the defender. The jersey goes with him, and I'm like, if you don't call that as a hold, now I thought the head official was going to call it being back behind the line, but it actually ended up being the line judge that called it. So I guess he had the better angle, but great job again by the Panther defense. Like we were talking about, if they had the win, they had the shot third down. If they were going to have to go for it on 4th down, you would have thought they'd at least taken that shot on 3rd down.
Absolutely. 1st and 10, though, from the 39-yard line for the Panthers. It's Trotty. No blocking in front of him. Takes the hit from the opening defender and falls forward for an extra yard. It's a 3-yard pickup by the locomotive, Dylan Trotty.
And on went to number 5, Dylan Trotty. Taken down by number 16,
2nd and 7.
Sanchez.
Across the 40 now. Ball at the 42.
He keeps chugging along, right?
He doesn't get tired. The only time he got tired is when he got hit in the stomach and had the wind knocked out of him, missed a play.
A little engine that could. How about that? You know, it's like he's a little engine, looks like that, but a lot of power behind it, and he keeps on going.
Energy. 3-receiver look. Davidson again to Trotty. Trotty makes a nice little cut out to the left-hand side and bulldozes forward for a 9-yard gain and a first down.
Yeah, every first down from here on out. And remember what I told you in my keys is make every down count. Or wait, that was your now whose keys were those?
Exactly.
But it is true is that you have to literally make every down count. Now in the fourth quarter, more important to play every down, execute it properly.
1st and 10 across the 50. 3-receiver look. It's Trotty again. Trotty past the first down marker on an 11-yard pickup. And
he's on his way. He might be on his way to 200 yards tonight.
He's pretty close. He had 68, I believe, at halftime.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's got
like
about
that,
40 on this drive.
Yeah. With these runs,
30 on this drive.
Yeah, so he's well surpassed
the 100-yard
mark and the 1,000-yard mark
for the season. Absolutely, absolutely great day for Dylan Trotty, and 10 more minutes to pad his stats. 2 backs in the backfield.
That's a testament to the offensive line, folks.
Trotty again, this time going out to the right-hand side, and Trotty bounces forward up to the 30 for a 8-yard pickup.
He might have sounded like this time going by it.
Oh, boy, if you thought you had Trotty on lock in the first 3 quarters, here he comes, bam, smacking you in the fourth.
Oh, yeah.
As this drive has been all number 5.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So this is what you like to see. And Coach Hill is like, hey, take what they give you. This is just awesome what they're giving you, and you're taking it right now.
This time it's the end around again.
Coming right at you.
And bulldozing forward. Same man in Brody Zoller.
Let's see the replay. I want to see the blocking on this if we have it.
12 Brody Ziller on the end around.
Well, good job on Ziller. Instead of going all the way outside,
12,
so follow
Travis
those blocks like you said. He's going to cut up.
Sanchez.
Look at that. Yep, he
21
cuts in
set
here.
the edge there.
First down, Panthers.
And also using the down block to your advantage by going down inside. You can't crack back, can't go below the legs or anything. We didn't see any of that. Good job of stalk blocking by the receiver core there on their blocks.
On 1st and 10, it's Trotty. And picked up by his shoulders and then thrown down. Everybody on the Panthers sideline saw it, so did the referee. You can't do that one.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see that. We'll take another look at that, too, if we have it.
You have him on the ground. You're holding him by the shoulder pads. There's no need to then throw him on the ground.
Yeah, because it happens right at the end. After he's down, he's right here, boom.
That throw right in front of the referee. I don't know if he throws it if the crowd doesn't react the same way.
Uh-oh.
And now another flag being thrown.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they did. Yeah, when you look in the background of that play, run that replay again if we can. Let's see if we can do that. Look at the back by 79, and back in the backside over here. There's
Helmet's
right
off.
there. Oh, right back here. Yep. Number 44.
So then there was an offensive penalty
Yep.
after that.
Yeah.
So now it's backed up. Instead of 1st and 10 at the 20, it's now first and 21.
Yeah,
somehow that was an 11-yard penalty.
Yeah, it's a spot. It must have been.
There it was. 15 yards from the spot of the foul. The foul happened.
That's what I was saying. It's a spot foul, so that's where it's odd where it happens. So one could have been during the play, the other happens after the play.
And that was a personal foul,
Yeah.
which is why it was 15 yards.
That's
So
right.
2nd and very long from the 31-yard line. Need to get down to the 10. Trotty nearly dropped it. And it's pushed forward. Dylan Trotty at the 10, the 5, and he's brought down inside the red zone. Dylan Trotty making magic happen out of nothing.
Wow, let's see that one again if we got it here. Oh, my goodness. Watch the bobble, and it goes right into the arms of Trotty, and he makes big yards out of it. Oh, my goodness.
And this is why they say wrap up when you tackle instead of just hitting, because you pushed him forward for 5 yards and then gave him an extra step, and Dylan Trotty took all of that and then some.
But, thank God Trotty had a heads-up, great concentration, fields the ball like a center fielder.
Well, who do you think gets it here? No question, Dylan Trotty, and he's not quite in the end zone. He's about 1.5 yards short.
And this is what you saw. The Panthers' offense has not been as bad as what you think, because they've been able to score. They've scored 21 points in most of their affairs or more. But they're right now, they're able to do what the offense is designed to do. But the defense tonight so far is
stout.
Yes.
Absolutely stout.
With a few help with some turnovers here and there.
Trotty in the backfield. And he's in. Third touchdown tonight for Dylan Trotty. And the crowd is loving it. A 3-score lead with 7:35 remaining. This is what you've been waiting for all season as a Panthers fan.
Yeah, that's right. And we get down to see everything as the festivities. Look at the pageantry, everything. Homecoming night, the Panthers up by 3 scores. This is, huge for the Panthers.
And it is good.
There we go.
28-7. Panthers in a commanding lead, fully in the driver's seat. We'll be back after this break.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great. Participate!
All right, we're back here in Geronimo, Texas at Irwin Lee Field, and the Panthers leading by 3 scores, 28-7 with 7:35 remaining. Adam stepped away here, so I took the lead and went ahead and did the play-by-play thing. How about that?
How'd you
feel? hey, no different. You know, it's just I have to I do literally change my voice when I do play-by-play versus commentary and color commentary. So.
It's kind of funny how we have it flipped, because I do the same thing. I've got a quicker voice when I'm doing play-by-play, but if you ever ask me to do color, well, then it sounds a little bit more like this, and it's a more Chris Collins one.
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
Kickoff is going to take a bounce, and it's a live ball as it rolls into the end zone. And does it go out of bounds? It does.
It goes over the goal line, so that touchback. College and high school, it's a touchback once it touches that goal line, but and as we saw in the pros, it's still a live ball.
That's a heads-up play by the returner to see, I don't need to pick this one up. The ball's got enough momentum. So good job by the special team coach of the Apache side.
And we're talking about rules tonight. Even if the ball touches him, it goes in the end zone, it is still one of those where it's not a live ball. It's just because they touched it, it goes in the end zone. They have to gain possession before that counts against them.
So 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. It's Zuniga under center. Halfback toss going out to the right-hand side. Now cuts up the middle and is met by a horde of defenders. Pickup of about 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and that's
what
we like to see is that they're containing them. I mean, don't give up the explosive. Right here in the fourth quarter, it's 3 scores. You don't give up anything big. You can bend, but don't break. And that's got to be the defense from here out. But don't make it too easy, But keep it within that 3 to 5 yards. You're okay.
Keep them in bounds as well. Let the clock be your friend, because they're not going to throw the ball. So you have all the momentum on your side. You have the 12th man in the game clock. Play action, though, for Zuniga. Pressure is coming. And boom! Big hit by the defense. A loss of about 5 on the play, and Zuniga had nowhere to go.
Geipel comes in and makes the play. A big play coming in for Geipel. Man, nice hit.
With the stifling hit.
The stifling hit, right? Yes, I love that. It was like, hey, we don't get to, we don't get to see that from this angle every day, and that was a beautiful angle we had to see that beautiful hit.
3rd and 9.
Sound like somebody I know. That's
officially a loss of 4 on the play. It's 3rd and 9. Zuniga under center, rolling out as he's going to keep it on his own and trying to make a few players miss, and does. He's got the first down, and he's still on his feet. And it's not Zuniga. I'm sorry, it's Melvo. And Melvo turned something or nothing into a whole lot of something as he initially took the first contact 5 yards into the play, got another 30 out of it.
Yeah, Melvo was just, making players miss. And we talked about it. I was kind of like, harping on the Panthers for only making arm tackles. And when we made that arm tackle, earlier or missed it, we did it 3 times there.
Melvo still under center at quarterback, this time handing off to the fullback, and that was snuffed out from the beginning.
Harvey Mason.
And Mason has been an absolute person to watch. He is so fired up on the end zone. He's so fired up on the sideline, even there celebrating that big hit. Him and big number 22, Galini, both had eyes on the quarterback, saw that ball handed off to the fullback. That was broken up perfectly.
Beautiful, beautiful. I almost could see the eyes of the quarterback here. And that wind's playing havoc with our end zone camera, too.
Quick throw, no blocking in front of him, and a great open field tackle. I couldn't tell if that was Rodriguez or Jenner who made the tackle.
Pass complete to number 1, Damian Hunt. Tackled by number 6, Eli Baker.
All right. It was not 0 or 8. It was number 6, Eli Baker. Oh, boy, those numbers are getting harder to read.
It is. The farther away they get, and then you got speakers kind of in your way, too, here and there. So
there you see 4:35 remaining in this ball game. 3rd and 7. And it's Melvaux who's going to keep it. Stiff arm and throws off the defender, still on his feet, and now is going to be brought down, but not before picking up the first down. And Melvaux,
and stays,
the heart and soul of this offense right now.
Stays in bounds, and the clock still keeps ticking, but they'll stop it for the first down to spot the ball.
Travis Melvaux
once they spot the ball, then they'll continue back. But
stopped by 37, Mason Harvey.
Still with the Panthers.
First down
right now, the Panthers ahead by 3 scores. Again, they're not letting them get it easy. They're taking it down the field slowly. Bend but don't break. Don't get the big explosive.
So they've swapped out quarterbacks. It's back to Zuniga under center in the I formation. Zuniga 3-step drop and lets it fly. 1-on-1. And it is incomplete, and another flag is thrown. Now, this one I don't agree with. That is 2 players fighting for the ball.
Yeah, I think he saw it coming. Maybe not get his head all the way around, but they're still going to call pass interference. We'll go ahead and see if we got that on replay.
Flag on the play.
Here it is.
So you're going to see top of the screen right there. Maybe he didn't. But it looked like he did from this angle at first.
I thought he got his arm. Was that Jenner, I believe, Jenner on the coverage, and they called him for it. So I thought he got his arm up, perfect timing. And even, like I said, even if you don't turn around, you don't have to turn around as long as you're not into the receiver. But they're saying he was. So look at the students are still into it. It's like, no.
Scoreboard for those who can't read the lips. Because it is 28-7. It doesn't matter if they get a big penalty, if they puts them into 1st and goal from the 10 territory.
But if you're Gonzales, you've got to get it in end zone now.
1st and goal.
Zuniga under center. Fakes the handoff. Looking for a man. And it is caught for a touchdown.
And those out routes are, basically so hard to defend one-on-one, because if you don't get in the right position, you're looking for that fade to the corner, and when he cuts it out, you're in no man's land.
And Damian Hunt has such good speed. We've seen him really give our defensive backs trouble all game. Luckily, they haven't been connecting too much on those passes. They did there for 6.
Well, here's the extra point, but after that, I want to see that replay again.
And the kick is good. Let's see if we can pull that one up.
See if we have that on the touchdown from Gonzales.
Extra point attempt by 23.
They got the extra point. That's all right. We saw it go in.
Well, 4:06 remaining in this ball game. It is a 2-score lead as the Panthers lead 24-14. And with 4 minutes left, you kick the onside here if you're Gonzales.
Well, if you, I think so.
You know that Navarro's going to run the ball, and they're going to do it well.
And, if they go down and they score, it's essentially over. So I don't think they want to give him the ball. But if you're going to give him the ball, do you, give it to him deep, or do you go ahead and, kick the onside and take your chances? I say kick the onside, take your chances, because really with 2 scores down, you have nothing to lose. If you get that onside kick, you're able to go down the field and score. It's a 1-score game with plenty of time left. Now, I don't know if the timeouts are right on the scoreboard.
I don't think either team has used it until now.
That's my understanding as well. And
this second half has flown by. This would only be the Panthers' 4th possession in the second half.
Right.
3 and out, and then
there's the onside.
And the ball's still on the ground, and there the Panthers end up holding on to it. There's a flag thrown as if offsides on the receiving team.
Yeah, it may be.
Onside kick recovered by the Panthers. Penalty flag on the play.
Let's see if we have that one on replay real quick, as we might be able to decipher right at the beginning here.
He does look like he is ahead.
Yeah, but it's only, my understanding, it's only after the kick, not where the ball is. It's
right,
when
but I
kick.
think Davidson was ahead of the 50-yard line.
Right when it was kicked. It
Yes.
didn't look like he went until just, I mean, it was instantaneous, if you ask me.
Well, they're still talking about it, and they're going to say offsides.
Yeah, so they're going to get to re-kick
Offside
this thing.
Panthers.
It's the last thing you want.
Right,
If you're
right. And it goes further, one thing, it goes further into the advantage, you would think, of the Panthers if they say, well, we'll just re-kick it without taking the yardage. And that's what they're doing here. So because if you take and go against them, well, they are. No, now I take that back because I was like, can you do that?
Yeah, you take the yards because
Right.
it's offside, so it's
right.
before
It's
the
gonna
play
be
started,
closer.
technically.
Yeah. So I was wondering if they were.
So now it needs to get to the 45-yard line.
Right. And they've got to line up. They got to remember they got to line up behind the 45 this time.
And that's what
5-yard
coach is
mark
doing. Hey,
off
back
against
up,
the
back
Panthers,
up.
and
Yeah,
we'll
so I'm
have a
going to watch
re-kick.
them a little closer because even on the replay, it was really close. Yeah, so he's not over it until nice job.
And he's got some blocking and some room to run. Off the onside kick, he's at the 40, the 30, and pushed out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
Oh, that was Jenner. Jenner takes off with it. He didn't mess around. He got the ball, and he took off with it right here.
Onside kick recovered
And
and
he
returned by
hesitated
number
for that
6, Eli
split
Baker.
moment
And
and looked like
that's-
he was going to take a knee, and that's what froze the kickoff team.
That hesitation is
Right.
perfect because it allows a couple blocks, and then he's got the speed, Jenner does, to get past those initial defenders. And shout out number 4, Keith White, for that touchdown-saving
First down
shove.
Panthers at the Apache 20.
But off an
19-yard
onside
line.
kick, you're in
Yeah.
the red zone on your first
And
play.
even 5 yards further back than you would have been, after the offside.
Absolutely.
What a big deal that was. So that'll give him a big. Oh man! And he looked like going down the sideline like this.
Little Doppler effect there. Davidson to Trotty.
Coming at you.
Trotty makes one player miss, stiff arms another, runs through a third, and is finally brought down at the 15-yard line. They're going to give him a yard short, but technically his body didn't touch because he rolled over top of the defender.
Yeah,
He should be at the 14.
Well, you were watching I was watching the monitor as you're making that call, and they had the sideline camera, and he's coming right at the camera. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Absolute cinema.
Yeah. 3D here, with the students down on the sideline. I think we have Mia. We had Mia on the sideline cam earlier. I don't know who we have now. Now we have somebody else. I can't quite make it out.
We got Davidson in the pistol on a 3-receiver look, and it's Trotty inside the 10. And just shy of the 5-yard line, Dylan Trotty able to pick up another 10
Stop
yards.
by number 2, back to third.
Well, Scott didn't talk about this fun fact, and I don't want to sound negative in a positive moment. It's homecoming. Panthers are up by 2 scores.
First and goal at the 6.
They're driving at, now a first and goal here at the 6. But, the last time the Panthers did not make the playoffs was back in 2007.
Wow.
That's how long ago. And it was the first year of then head coach Les Goad. And we
What
know
a
how
tenure
that
Goad
ended up
had.
after. Yeah. So, but I don't see that happening this year. If the Panthers go on and win the next 3 games, they're in the playoffs if Gonzales loses the rest.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's the same play for the 3rd time in a row. And this time it's stopped at the 1-yard line. And I'm sure they're fine with eating more clock. They're okay with not getting into the end zone.
If you're Gonzales, the question is being 2 scores down. Yeah, I mean, you can't just let them, but then, you're going to not have as many possessions either. So,
and you see the Panthers walking off the field as we are going to go into the 2-minute warning. Here in this 4th quarter, the 2-minute timeout. I'm never going to get used to that, Hank. I refuse. I'm sorry, folks. The 2-minute timeout here at Irwin Lee Field. We'll be back in just a second on the Panther Network. minutes remaining, 120 seconds left in this ball game, and boy, this is the win you were looking for on homecoming night.
Yeah, we'll do a little dance. How about that? A little hamster dance. Yeah?
Absolutely.
For the kiddos out there.
Oh, that's not for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's like a hamster up here, you know. He's a little guy.
Exactly. It's for our seniors whose spirit animal is a squirrel or a red panda.
Yeah, there you go. I love that red panda. I mean, where do you hear that? And squirrel.
Trotty out of the pistol gets his number called. It is stuffed at the goal line. Did he get in there? The second effort says yes, and it is touchdown number 4 for number 5, Dylan Trotty. And if you didn't know who was going to be the player of the game before, I think you got a good idea now.
Yeah, I think so. Going over 1,000 yards tonight, so.
But potentially over 200 yards on the evening as well. Only needed 9 coming into it. Extra point unit taking its time to get out there, and there's some discussion. So there's a sideline penalty on the offense.
Oh, and wait, was this before or after the touchdown? Wait, and it's only a warning.
Well, the flag was on the ground.
Oh, well, then
and they
that's
called
not
it
a
against
warning.
the offense.
Yeah, so
and there you go. They backed it up to the 6-yard line. So no touchdown.
Is it? Wait, did they just redo the down? It's first. Oh no, I was looking.
They need to fix it.
Yeah, I was like, it should be just a loss of down.
Yeah.
So you're some fan. Just hey, we love that because you got a crowd mic. You're in. They have those people like the yell stuff, like hit somebody, make you feel good, and all that, right?
Absolutely. So getting an opportunity to waste some more time, and Dylan Trotty short at the 1-yard line one more time.
Yeah, if he makes this one, I'll give him a. I'll say that we're more than likely going to give him the player of the game. He gets not only if he gets this touchdown, now as long as the Panthers get the touchdown. So timeout that's been called
by the Apaches, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, so each team now has they're showing taking. Let's see,
it's 3 for the Panthers and 2 for.
Doing
a great job down there.
Now, so I know that we could have taken a break, but we're sitting down here or standing up here enjoying the nice breeze. The crowd is kind of thinned out on this homecoming night except for the student. Let's see if we have the student cam going. They're still going wild in this timeout.
On the previous play, there was a penalty flag against the Panthers for
that was
pulling the player into the end zone.
It's
so no
like
score.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty.
So I don't know if y'all heard on the PA. It was, and now he made the motion for sideline, but they said it was pulling into the end zone. You can't pull an offensive player. You can only push.
Yeah, it's like, and that rule is not very clear because I've seen it at the college level and other high school games. If I'm right beside you and I'm pulling you along, they used to not allow
be
in front and pulling it back. I was like, nah, I don't know. The rule is very vague, to be honest with you. If I had to look in as a lawyer to look at the definition of rule, I think it's still very vague.
And it's a safety rule, right? You don't want anybody running backwards like that, getting tripped up, having an injury. But here we go. So I take that back. They called pulling on that last play. So there was a sideline interference.
There we go. Okay.
So we had 2 penalties back-to-back, essentially.
Yeah.
Now, the Navarro crowd is getting a little restless here because there's not a lot of clarity on some of these. They're not really addressing the crowd. They're just kind of doing the motions real quick, the referees.
Yeah, but at the same time,
we're eating so much clock here. We should have scored at 1:56, and we've eaten another 40 seconds.
So,
no harm, no foul.
It's really not going to affect other than the point spread. All of a sudden, I guess our camera got hit or something, so they have to readjust it so we can get our the scores and everything back up.
But for those wondering, it is 28-14. It is not 0-3. And we're going to have a timeout called by Navarro. So this time we're going to take the break with him with 1:03 remaining in this ball game. You're watching Panther football on the Navarro Panther Network. So here we go. After a series of plays which seemingly had no yardage, a couple of penalties that weren't quite phantom. They definitely happened, but wasn't a lot of explanation into them. And an extra 50 seconds run off the clock. It is now 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line.
Well, we got a lot of color saturation here. Look at that. Beautiful. There we got the fan cam.
There we go. Trotty. And does not get it. And a 4th penalty thrown. The ball is on the ground. It's picked up again by the Panthers. It's in the backfield. I wonder, is this going to be another holding?
Yeah, but either way, if you're Gonzales, you decline it. Let it be 4th down and let the Panthers attempt the field goal attempt.
Holding, Panthers.
And they accepted it. They accepted the penalty. So the Panthers could essentially run off the last 57 seconds.
Right.
If they run a play and don't get into the end zone, it's still 4th down. So
Right.
it's 3rd down right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it'd be 4th down if you just decline it. And the Panthers, they could go for it. They could run the ball, but you're not really going to gain any. You're not going to gain but maybe 5 seconds, off the clock if you're the Panthers if you don't make it. But, if I wouldn't take it. But at this point, you could be essentially saying, hey, that's it. We're going to take our chances. Maybe we can get the Panthers in a position. They throw the ball, throw an interception, pick 6, we get a quick score.
Absolutely.
Who knows?
I'd love to see this crowd get on their feet right now and a little bit more show of
Let's
support.
get them up.
Yeah.
Here, everybody, if you're watching, we got the student section's been great.
They are rowdy, and they have been loud this whole time. I can hear them from up here.
And they're still here. That's what hey, they're still right here every moment. You're allowed to love it. I almost wanted to see, something like, tortillas? I mean, what would we throw here? I mean,
exactly.
Tacos or what? Just by themselves, the whole food. Why not, right?
So here we go. Downs don't exist anymore. It's been 3rd down for 17 plays. Taking a shot to the end zone, and Galini was there, and he just didn't see it. It was a little overthrown as well.
Yeah.
But that'll bring up 4th down.
Goes incomplete.
In theory. Let's see if it's actually going to be 4th down.
This might be the first field goal attempt we'll see this year. It's the 8th week, and this may be, it looks like they're bringing out the field goal.
And Hagen Crowell is out there.
Hagen Crowell was we saw him kicking. The coach was talking about in one of his shows, they're kicking him over the fence and ripping the ball, and they have to buy, and those balls aren't cheap. They're over $100 each. So He's like, we might have to have a fundraiser to get more balls because he keeps kicking them into the fence. So let's see if he kicks it into the fence right now.
He's got the wind at his back, coming slightly across. But Crowell is up, and it is good.
Field goal is good by number 11.
31-14 with 40 seconds left in this ball game, and the Panthers are on cloud 9. Leg number 1 of their 3-game stretch is all but closed here in Irwin Lee Field. And like you said many times in this game, Hank, this is just the first step to trying to make playoffs, trying to salvage this season, which is by no means over.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to win out. Panthers have to win out, and they got to hope. And, this will drop down. And real quick, I'll see if we have I have the show you the district standings. This is what the district standings were before tonight, and it looked like Gerald was winning still over Wimberley, and we saw Smithville losing as well to Lago Vista. So, but in that game, you'll see that if Gerald continues to win, Salado continues to win, Gonzales continues to lose, and maybe even Wimmer loses, but we lose the tiebreaker if that was ever to be the case.
So I'd imagine a squib kick or a high pooch. But no, it is a booming kick all the way down to the 6-yard line, and they're going to make the Apaches work for it. And work they do as they're past the 30, up to the 40, and finally brought down at about the 45-yard line. There is a flag on the field just shy of that 40. So even if it is holding, they're still going to get the ball in decent territory at about the 28.
Well, but, you know, I spoke too soon. Gerald and Wimberley all tied up 28-28.
Wow.
And
well, if you're a Panthers fan, you're hoping Gerald pulls that one out, no?
And this one's pretty much over. Lago Vista 46-7 over Smithville. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, it's not to any of our advantage for Wimberley to actually win. It's more to our advantage that Gerald wins and keeps winning out. And because they had already been up to that 3-0, as you see here, we had a injured player. And there's the trailer crew. We've got some students there. I believe Bo, Cohen right there, and we could always, and we have
phantom hand on the left side.
Yeah, all right. There we go. That's the students there in the trailer getting things done. That's behind the scenes action of getting all this together.
Fantastic work out there, guys. Y'all have done a fantastic job tonight.
Thank y'all very much. All right, so I'll cover them up again and show you that district standings. And the district standings, like I said, is going to be, you know, we're looking at if Gerald wins out, Salado wins out, they take the first top 2 seeds. Then it'll be more than likely Wimberley, and it's going to be a battle between us and Lago Vista. If the way this game plays out, it could end up that very last game of the season could be who goes to the playoffs.
Absolutely.
But Lago Vista lost to Gonzales, so Gonzales wins that tiebreaker. But what if we have another 3-way tie? That's going to make it by point differential, and if they go by the same rules as they did last year for the district, it was point differential only between the teams that were tied. And so if we end up in that position, then the Panthers could possibly have it as as if Lago Vista beat us and everybody else loses to the rest.
So could possibly be the last play of the game here if Gonzales does not call a timeout.
Number 22, Aiden B. Ramirez.
If we see Dylan Trotty down here on the sideline after this play, we're going to give him the player of the game. Dylan Trotty will be our player of the game.
And out of the hurry-up, it's a big play for about 15 yards there. Clock is going to stop momentarily at 11 seconds. So this time really about the last play. Maybe if you get another first down, you can run a hurry-up and get another one off, but 8 seconds left. That'll do it. Are they going to spike the ball here? So Gonzales wants to take one last shot, I guess. There's 6 seconds left, and they're down by 17. I don't really see the point in spiking the ball there. I thought he was going to take a knee, the formation that they came out of.
Yes, sir.
But no, we're going to take one more shot, and I think they just want to end the game on a positive note. So here we go. Zuniga under center, hands this one off, going right up the middle. Bouncing off one tackler. No, wrapped up and brought down. And this time, that will do it. The Navarro Panthers on homecoming night come away victorious against the previous 5-1, now 5-2 Gonzales Apaches. And what a game we get to call for you today. How about that?
Yeah, there he is, Dylan Trotty, as they got him going in the line at the top of the line. I know it's kind of shaky there, but Dylan Trotty, our player of the game. So we'll see if we get him on our main cam.
Halftime show. Everyone, please have a safe trip home and good night.
So we'll catch him as he's turning back around.
Yeah, we'll get him as he comes back around.
Didn't quite get that 4th touchdown. He was close to it. He got in the end zone once, twice, both called back for penalties, but 3 touchdowns on the night. Dylan Trotty had more points than Gonzales himself. So there he is, one of the men of the hour, Dylan Trotty, player of the game. But we'll go ahead and recognize the other man of the hour too, not on the screen, but number 22, Galini, your homecoming king as well. And a special night for both of them. And you see the sportsmanship right there by Dylan Trotty, giving some love to his counterpart, Keith White, on the opposite side.
With the main.
But here we go. Everybody involved. The Panthers line up. The cheerleaders line up. The hype squad there as well.
Yeah, the hype squad. We got everything. I don't know if we still have if we got fan cam there or showing everybody else, but there it is. Dylan Trotty, the player of the game. Whoa, well. That'll give you a little motion sickness. Hey, but you know what? This has been a fun night. There he is, Dylan Trotty, our player of the game for the Navarro Panther Network. What a a testament to the offensive line. I mean, we saw several blocks up front by the entire line, but when you have a tight end that can block like Galini as well, and an H-back, I call him an H-back, they call him a fullback too, but Isidro Rocha, comes in there and makes some huge blocks. What a great game tonight by the Panther offense, and more than just the offense. How about that defense?
How about that defense? 3 forced turnovers, I believe 2 turnover on down. So if you want to count it as 5 forced turnovers, that defense was out there taking names.
Right, and let's talk about your keys that we had tonight. Start fast, win on both. And I think being aggressive and physical, that was some of the things that we did get to see.
We saw all 3 of those in the first official play. Start fast, win on both sides of the ball, be physical. How about a fumble and a turnover on the first play?
That's right.
And that set the tone for the rest of the game. It was 14-7 at halftime. Thought it could go anybody's direction. Both teams were evenly matched up to that point. The third quarter, the Panthers got another touchdown, and then it was all Navarro from there as they absolutely took over.
And those were my keys. I think for the most part, they did break the edges every once in a while, but for the most part, we stopped the run. And when you stop the run, we saw when they passed, there was very few completions on the pass, if any. I don't remember if they actually got but more than maybe one completion.
Touchdown pass.
Yep, that was it. And then make every play count. And I think the Panthers really focused on that tonight. And I know I just like playing with graphics, I guess.
Hey, you're doing a great job.
So as we saw, Gerald and Wimberley were tied up when we last looked. Don't know how that really doesn't impact the Panthers as much since they played both those teams. But what impacts us more is going to be what Lago Vista does, what Gonzales does, and what Smithville does. When those 3 teams, along with us, 3 teams are going to be out of this district. Only 4 get to go.
Absolutely.
So Panthers are in a fight for their playoff life, and it would be since 2007 they didn't make the playoffs. So every game, every play, everything counts, and it has to be executed to perfection. And for the offense tonight and defense, we saw close to that. Defense, I don't think a defense, I don't care what level, high school, college, NFL, there's no defense that is going to be so dominating to snuff out at a certain level of football. When you get to that level of first-tier teams and second-tier teams, you still don't see that absolute dominance. So, and I think the Panthers, they're not a dominant defense, but a very good defense tonight especially.
Well, if nothing else, their defense did great. They have been consistent on offense for the last 4 weeks. Like I said at the beginning of the game, averaging about 28 points per game the last 4. Even though they didn't come away with wins, all they needed to do was get to 30, essentially. And they did that tonight, came away with the victory, 2-5 on the season, but just 2 wins away from potentially going to the playoffs.
Yeah, and now we've got our we're going to make this, hopefully we'll make this pretty quick after we watch a little bit of the Dazzlers here too while we talk about this, but we'll show you a little bit more of the Dazzlers and the Panther Band here, and we'll get Scott Kibbe his gear. And Scott, you've got the news for us to see, hey, what's happened after this game while the Dazzlers are on the field there?
All right. Stats for Gonzales: 16 first downs, 40 rushes for 240 yards, 12 passing yards on 2 out of 9 attempts with 2 interceptions, 2 punts for 36.5-yard average, 2 fumbles lost 1, 8 penalties for 59 yards. Malvo leading rusher, 13 carries, 118 yards.
Wow.
For Navarro, the control of wind here, 16 first downs, 39 rushes for 252 yards, 44 passing yards on 4 out of 8 attempts, no interceptions, 2 punts for two punts for I think it's a 41.5-yard average.
Yeah.
1 fumble, did not lose it. They had 14 penalties for 140 yards. The Panthers are averaging 4 penalties a game, but apparently they just forgot everything this week. I don't know. Not a great night for the officials. Trotty leading 33 carries, 176 yards, 2 touchdowns, shut out a third.
Did he not have 3 touchdowns?
He had no. He had. Let me verify that.
Well, he had 1 in the
had
first
2.
half, 2 in the second half. No.
He had You're correct. He did have 3. Well, he should have had 4.
Exactly.
He did have 3. Zeller had the only other touchdown. I was thinking Elder had gotten in, but he did not.
So explain to us that series, though, that last series where they said, okay, sideline warning, and then they had the assist by pulling him in, and then, then we get, what was it, the hold after that, so I had 3 penalties right there in a row, but tell us about that first penalty in what we saw as sideline. I thought it was a sideline warning, but I guess it was sideline violation.
Yeah, I understood it was pulling him into the end zone, which
right.
you can push, you can do that.
Right.
Now I don't understand.
So, and I saw it from up here. They didn't address it, but I saw the pushback against the offense, and then they redid the play. The very next play was the pulling.
Yeah.
It was a very unusual series of events. So, but we'll go ahead and forget about that. We won the game, and that's what really matters. I mean, Panthers win 31-14 tonight, and so your thoughts about tonight, and then we look ahead already next week against Smithville, who was losing big to Lago Vista.
I think you have to give the players and coaches a lot of credit. You lose 6 in a row. You lose them in frustrating fashion. Have been so easy just to hang them up. And last week especially, it seemed like it was a harder loss than even some of the others. And to be able to bounce back and keep fighting and come out with just a great game the way they were tonight, knowing what was on the line. It gives you hope. You have a Smithville team next week that won a game in 2 years. So a great chance to win one there. And you're coming back against Lago Vista in 2 weeks playing for a playoff spot, very likely. So you've just got to be feeling if you're, the Panthers, just glad for them that they've worked so hard and have finally gotten paid off with a win. And Wimberley
is leading.
You were right, Scott.
Wow.
I will bow down to you. I'm not worthy. Because you said, wait till they meet the regional champs and we'll see how that. And you told me that specifically last week. You said, well, it ain't over, because I thought Gerald was on their way, to the top. Now this makes it topsy-turvy, but
this does. I think this probably helps Navarro, because you could have Wimberley. You don't want Wimberley to have 3 losses. That would have been very possible for them still, and that probably takes that possibility out. Probably helps you with the tiebreakers. But it's going to come down to win the last 2 games, and we'll see. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's the greatest band in the land, the Navarro Panther Fighting Band. Navarro Fighting Panther Band is here tonight and performing, because they didn't get to perform, during halftime. But great look, isn't it, Scott?
No, great band. Always has been.
Well, and we take it very serious here at Navarro. I can guarantee you that for the band. But Scott, I mean, you gave us your thoughts on Smithville. They're just a team that's in kind of despair right now. They're just trying to put some pieces together just to get, from one game to the next. So, I mean, but the Panthers cannot come in there thinking, oh, we've already won it before we played the game.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, you've got to be carrying this. As the coaches always talk about getting better every week, that's what you got to be concentrating on. How are we going to be better against Smithville than we were against Gonzales? If you can do that, you'll be fine in that game.
Right, and who cares if it's a blowout or not?
Right,
I mean, you
right.
played the football game.
Yeah.
How whatever happens, but you don't ever go into play like, oh, we're going to take it easy on you.
Yeah.
We're going to come out here and play tiddlywinks, which most people don't even know what that is. I mean, probably Adam's too young to even know, right? But you got to come out with that aggression that Adam pointed out. You got to be physical right away from the start, and you got to keep that going.
You got your taste of winning. It's finally you got a taste of winning tonight.
Right.
You want to keep that going and keep building on it. And it'd be nice if they could win it easily next week and have a.
Well, is the coach kind of going against his own rule? Remember, he says, "Hey, we just go straight to the locker room," but he's being very.
Hey, it's homecoming.
I think it's great.
honorable.
I think it's great
to see them stay out here. I think that's a great sign of, camaraderie here to show the football team staying out for the band.
I think supporting them, and that's what I like to see.
Yeah.
Well, when you got wind instruments like that, you gotta stay.
Now, there's still quite a bit of crowd here, too. You said, I was saying a lot of them left. There's still a lot here. So it goes to show how many band fans we have here, too.
Yeah.
So future broadcast club members, too. So,
I can remember my early years covering Navarro in the 90s when the Panthers didn't have much of a product on the football field, but always had a good halftime. Always had really good bands.
Yeah. Well, Scott, all right. Well, tell everybody where they could find you and how to tune into you or locate you and what to look for on their previews in the Seguin Gazette.
SeguinGazette.com. Article will be in there probably by tomorrow. And we'll have all the stats and facts on the game details. And we'll be back next week for Smithville.
Please write into the Seguin Gazette and tell them that Scott Kibbe needs a raise as well. That dude does fantastic work.
A lot more per
Those
word,
are welcome, yeah.
per character, right?
Postcards, faxes, whatever you want to say.
Well, Scott and Adam, we do a coach's show at Coach Hill every week. We do it every Wednesday. We record it and then we post it later that evening. So check out Scott and myself with Coach Hill every Wednesday on the Geronimo Zorn TV YouTube channel, and so you can check us out there as well. All right. Well, thanks a lot, and hey, Scott, it's always a thrill, and have fun and have a safe trip home, and I'll enjoy the rest of the show.
Right, we'll do.
Thanks, Scott.
All right. Well, Adam, we'll finish this out with the band. We'll let I know the broadcast club wants to go, but man, the band has to stay here. The football team is staying here, so why not? Let's pick it. Hey, what is it about Longhorn games? They always say come early, stay late, you know? So, hey, we're doing that here tonight. So, Adam, it's been fun tonight. I'm really excited about how this turned out. I mean, the students are getting better at shifting the cameras. The director Cohen was there. We had John on the camera, Mia on a camera, and several other students. We had Bo on replay. I had to stop and listen to that.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Thank you for your kind attention.
Let's see if we can hear the fight song, and that will make my day as an old Navarro alum, 1983. My God, let's go.
Go ahead and hit it down there.
Uh-oh, somebody's hitting some chords.
Well,
hey, what a way to end it, right? As now we get the hey, Panthers, fight. Eat 'em up, rah, rah, rah. I don't want to yell it to the mic. Woo!
Well, that'll do it from Irwin Lee Field today. Your final on homecoming night. The Navarro Panthers 31, The Gonzales Apaches 14. We hope you've enjoyed this broadcast so far. That'll do it. For myself, Adam Carino, and Hank Dieter, thank you so much. Have a great night. And good night.